Now you can start futzing with your little audio tune things.
Voice enhancer. Do I sound clearer?
You sound great.
You sound great anyway, so I don't suppose.
Are we ready to start?
Thanks.
Yeah, let's just start. Just ignore him, Duke. Just do it.
Okay.
I don't like to
Let's
ignore
start the
anybody,
motherfucking show, bitch.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Chinny out the fellas will tell you about
Welcome, please, enormous genitals.
news, reviews, and an independent. Stu stuff time and cheesecake breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
Your attention,
Veteran
please.
gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
The ball is right.
It's the veteran
I'm just gonna
gamers.
tell you straight to your face that what you're saying right now is very boring.
Kiss my big Springfield behind
Switch that
Shelbyville.
console off before you have to press
Duke, lay off the sound effects.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Hello and welcome to episode 652 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yay, 652. What's up, people? I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
Hello.
Oh, we
go.
thought it was going to be some cute,
Yeah, I'm a bit
fun
disappointed
auto-tune.
now.
What?
And
I'm what? I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about.
he's
No
saving it
idea.
for
Using some sort of
later.
weird voice.
Ain't you guys gonna ask me about my hat?
I have
Yeah,
no
so how's
idea
everybody?
what you're talking about.
That's just you singing.
That's just you.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
Don't know.
Yeah. Attention, everybody. I got cuppy cakes for the show today. So
You got waddy
I got
cakes?
A cup of milk, and I don't want the milk to get warm, so I'm going to have to eat them soon, but I'm not too hungry right now. So
Those are some
Anyway.
nice cakes, dude.
yeah.
Lovely.
Hostess, baby.
Oh.
Can I just double check here just a minute? How
Yeah,
warm
go
can
ahead.
your milk possibly get in the space of an hour or so?
Room temperature?
Yeah, but it'll take a while. It's out of a fridge, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though. It's better when it's cold.
I suppose. Put some ice in it. That's what you should have done.
No, because then it gets diluted, and it's not as tasty.
Only a little bit.
How about you stop giving me suggestions for everything?
I'm trying to
just
help
letting
you.
know about-
So,
help me by telling me to put ice in my milk.
What you need is one of those insulated lunch boxes, and you
no,
could
I
just
don't.
stick
I
it
need
in
to
there.
drink the milk before it gets warm. The
Then it'd be
end.
cold.
No, I don't need a
You'd be
device.
cold
I
for a
don't need an
bit.
outdoor pizza kitchen. I don't need a
What you
goddamn
need
blow up.
Is an Xbox
Nothing.
mini fridge at the side of you, right? And you can keep the
I have a
milk
mini fridge in the
inside of
guest
it.
room, but I don't have it plugged in because they take up a lot of energy.
Oh,
It's
So
really
God.
not important.
you've missed me then.
Oh God! Listen to Stu. Oh God!
Hey, you want to try living over here? Energy's fucking through the roof, man.
Well, I'm
Through the
saying,
roof.
though. No, it's only
Literally.
here because Biden. That's why. Meh.
Well, yeah, look, they're not going to beat ours because he was being interviewed on a show, and basically the woman said to him, there's an old woman written in here who has to go on the buses to keep warm and use a bus
Ugh,
pass,
good God.
right? And he said, "Yeah, I brought those bus passes in like it was a good thing."
Wow. He's
Like
taking.
it
Well,
was-
I mean, hey, it is better than the United States. Like
Well, Boris
whatever else is
Johnson-
going on in your life, you can say
Boris
to
Jo-
yourselves, "Well, at least we're not Americans."
Boris Johnson knows how to turn a negative into a positive because he was getting grilled, and then he was
know,
like, "Yeah, you know
hey,
them bus passes I brought
She-
those." and
without
she
me,
just
she wouldn't even
looked at
have a
him.
bus pass. So that lady needs to be kissing my ass. Hey, you know what? I think y'all should be celebrating July 4th. You'd be like, "We got rid of those idiots."
Exactly. Yeah, think
Yeah.
yourself lucky you haven't got bloody Boris Johnson. I'll tell you.
No, I'll take Boris Johnson over Donald Trump any day of the week.
Well, not much to choose if I'm being honest.
No, trust
Uh,
me. Your Boris Johnson never tried to destroy your democracy.
Oh, Chinny, where have you been? Did you enjoy your holiday?
Kenny, where have you been? You were
Anyway,
on
Chinny,
vacation.
how was your
Gran
holiday?
Canaria?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Jesus
tell us a
Christ.
story.
My favorite time. It's story time.
He's
Story
so
time.
thirsty to talk about his vacation. Like, "Oh, I wanna
Yeah.
talk now." All right, go ahead, Chinny.
Oh,
How
yeah.
was it?
How was it?
Yeah, it was fine.
So back to Boris Johnson. Right.
Yeah, Boris Johnson, what a dickhead. To be
What
fair,
was the
right?
best thing about your trip, Chinny?
We went parasailing.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Any pictures?
It was. Well, I've got an audio clip. Do you want to hear it?
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah, let's
okay.
hear it. We like
Yeah,
audio.
let's hear it.
Okay. Here it is.
But you have to send it me, huh?
Here it is.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'm
fuck.
playing it.
Why are we on this parasail? I fucking hate it.
That was the clip.
That's
that
great.
Tara?
It's
Is
funny
that
that
Tara?
it's. Did you suck on a lot of helium before you went?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
fun. Some people do.
I'm not
extra-
sure why I'm on here. It's fucking shit.
We haven't got enough sound effects on this show.
no.
Yeah, exactly. These are all
I
going in
just-
the vault.
It's like I've got enough to do. Do you know what I mean? I swap the scenes.
And
I
now he's
have to
swapping
change the name of the
voices.
things.
Yeah, I know. I did it last week. I know what's involved in broadcasting.
Yeah, he does.
And well, I know. I saw the results.
And recorded, and did the sound effects, and hosted the Zoom call.
Yeah.
And like now, I've given myself a new toy.
What up, Barry Scott?
Oy.
Well, you know what, Chinny? Look, you gotta use it in small doses. People don't want to have
Yeah.
weird sounds coming at them all the time.
No, they don't.
We're trying to talk about video games.
Yeah.
That sounded like a boat.
So the question is, Stu, what are you gonna do to audio?
He does
enhance
Nothing.
fuck all.
I'm going to do fucking nothing.
Yeah,
Just going to talk
Nothing.
like usual.
that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah. Mr. Barry Scott, by the way, which is Lewis, is in the
What
chat.
up, Lewis? Yay, welcome. And
Yeah,
Ian's
I
also
only
in the
saw
chat.
him.
Welcome, Ian.
I only saw him on Friday for Nerdy Board
Cupcake
Game
time.
Night. Oh, God. So noisy. Wow.
Don't ever do that
Wow.
again.
Yeah, so for Jesus Christ's sake. Yeah, saw him on Friday for Nerdy Board Game Night. We got a bit wet. It rained, which is a bit
Oh,
annoying.
great. Did you get
I know.
rain all over your Gloomhaven?
No, we didn't play. No, God, no, you can't get out.
So how
in
long
the
has it been
rain.
since you played Gloomhaven then?
Quite a while. Quite a while, but not through any fault
Yeah,
of
I'm
ours.
sensing a pattern here.
No, nothing to do with. We
No,
wanna
we're gonna
play
go
it.
back to it. We're gonna go back to it. Don't worry.
Let me tell you for why. Before you go
Go ahead,
making
tell me for why.
accusations and assumptions.
Go ahead.
Right?
Yeah, just that you said it's been a while.
It has, but no, through no fault of ours. Our mate
Yeah.
Steve, because you have to have all four of us now, because we've started a 4-person campaign. Keeps
Yes.
on doing other stuff on Nerdy Board Game Night. So we've only been 3 of us, so we haven't had the 4 players
Steve.
required to play
Ah.
Gloomhaven. And we wouldn't have played it this week because it would have been too dodgy with the chance of rain, because it takes that bloody long to pack it away.
Yeah.
So it would have been a bit risky.
Even with your fancy organizer.
Yeah, even with a fancy organizer, it's still 15-20 minutes to get it out, get it back all in the box. So, yeah, it wasn't worth the risk, I'd have
Yeah.
said.
So
So
you played
yeah,
Risk.
we are hoping. No, we nearly did. We would have done had it not jumped
Hey.
it down. We would have played Risk. Because I've got the Game of Thrones edition. So we'd have played that on, fighting over Westeros, which would have been
Yeah.
kind of cool. But yeah, we didn't get to play that. But I will talk about that when we do what we've been playing. I'll talk about what we
Oh,
did
that's a
play.
little teaser for the future.
Well,
Don't worry,
what we
people.
did play.
Yeah.
But it was still a good night, and we did manage to get a game in of something.
Hey, Stu.
Oh, yeah.
I've still got hello. Don't know how to turn this off. Hold on.
It
Wait.
does sound like you're singing a song. It's quite.
Hold on, Stu. This is what I think of your Gloomhaven.
Wow, what was that?
He's got his own sound effects now.
It
That
was a
toilet flush.
toilet.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
actually quite a nice auto tune because it sounds a bit like an organ.
Stu.
quite a nice
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. It's soothing. I quite like
you
that.
know.
Quite
I
like
know.
that. Can you actually hear that? Do you know what you sound like?
Oh yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Almost sexy, actually. It's almost a bit sexy.
There's a voice here there's a sound voice thing here called Orbital. Do you want me to play this one? I don't know what
Come
this
on, let's
is.
play that. I'm hoping it's some sort of electronic
Where
music.
time becomes a loop. Where time
Hello.
becomes a loop.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello.
Ooh, it's a phaser.
So, I was
T-Pain in the
walking
house
down the
indeed.
street last night. You know, does it sound funny? It's okay, I suppose.
Welcome to Chinny's Fun Time Audio
Listen,
Hour.
Who knew? Who knew?
listen. I don't know. I had nothing.
I must admit, I like
Where
the
are you
healing.
going?
I think it's
Story
my
time's
favorite
over,
so
isn't
far.
it?
Story time's
What's going
over.
on?
We
What
haven't
are you
even
playing?
said anything.
Yeah, well.
Nobody's having a story time. You're just sitting there playing with your
So,
audio.
whoa. I've got a question for Chinny.
Okay.
What was the funniest thing that happened on holiday? Did something funny happen, or was it a bit boring?
The holiday basically consisted of us doing a lot
Boringness.
of nothing.
Wow, sounds a bit boring.
Of nothing. Yeah, it was boring in a good way.
Was there
You know what I mean?
entertainment in the hotel?
There-
Did you
but
get
it was
entertained?
shit. Like the entertainment was shit. You know what I mean? It
So what did you
uh,
get? What did you get?
Auto-tune that they kept
Did you get a
using.
singer?
You got a singer, you know, and it was like okay, everybody, let's get up and start dancing. And I was just
That sounds
like,
great. I would totally be up dancing.
Yeah, Chinny's. I can't imagine Chinny being that kind of guy.
no.
But he's like, I'm not doing that.
No, I sounded like this.
I don't want to dance.
I can totally imagine it.
This is totally Christmas morning when the kid gets his little SK
It is.
keyboard, and he's just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Well,
Mom, ask me something.
this is,
ask me a question.
This is the
Ask
thing
Darth
that
Vader a question.
this is the thing that Jay uses in joysticks and chill. This is like the thing that he
Yeah.
uses, and I was
Yeah,
like,
nice.
oh yeah, I'm gonna
I
download
must
it. 'cause
have that.
I always see the option for it on Stream Deck. I was like, oh, I'm gonna try that, and then I downloaded it, and I knew it was a monthly cost, so this is only gonna last 20 hours. You'd be happy with that.
Well, don't use
unless
them up all at once.
Yeah, don't use them all at once. What's the matter with you?
unless I have too much fun, and then in
Yeah,
that
then
case
you're gonna keep it.
I'm gonna buy it, but I don't think
Yeah,
I will.
buy it.
But you
Buy
never
it,
know.
buy it.
Buy
Loads
it,
of fun.
buy it, buy
No, you
it.
get bored of it after about a week. It's a bit
Yeah.
like Christmas presents. That's what'll happen. Be bored after a week. Anyway, that isn't video games, is it? Unless there's something else to say about your holiday, some fun you had
This
or
is-
silliness.
Do you want to hear the best voice? This is the best
Oh,
one. You
go
ready?
on, go on, then. We're listening.
Stu, I hope you fucking die. Sorry,
Wow.
I've got a drop in my
I don't know if I'd say that's the best one.
Yeah, I think that's the worst voice.
It's pretty cool. Where did I put my suitcase?
Yeah,
No, it's totally about it. Well, I'm
We
getting
need to
bored
move
now.
on.
Yeah.
We're talking about video games.
So, we was having a romantic dinner the other day, and
That's what it's just called romantic. Right, I've got a video game. I played a video
That's the one
game.
from Phone Jack where he's like, it'll beat the drum.
I played a video game.
Oh my God!
On
Chinny
holiday.
playing
It's
a
not like
video
you, Chinny.
game?
On
Holy
Are you sure?
crap!
Yes.
Did you bang your head?
Yeah, definitely played one.
Which video game?
Good thing about having a former
What?
Yes.
I don't even know what that was.
I don't know what that was.
Which audio adjustment was that?
I don't know. I've turned it off now. I just want to make
Okay.
it clear that I have turned that shit off.
This is Chinny's real voice.
Okay.
There you go. Who
Yes.
knows?
Off.
Okay.
Because unlike Duke, I learn when something gets old and tired.
Yeah, only just. To be fair.
Tana gets you 20. He's going to be using it again by the end of the show.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I played a video game on the Switch.
Ooh, Rocket League? Skyrim?
No, sorry. There's been too many things going on. Oh my
I know.
God,
What the hell is happening?
What's going on?
Piano
What is
for
going on?
beginners.
Piano
I was
for
learning the
beginners.
piano.
Stream is crazy.
What the?
Are you really learning the piano?
I'm learning the piano. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, is there a piano for beginners? Can you not see?
Yeah. Well, just because he has that up on the screen doesn't mean he's.
Yeah,
been
that's
studying
him
it.
playing.
Yeah. I can play.
Anyway, game on the Switch. Yes, game on
I
the
can
Switch.
play House of the Rising Sun.
Chopsticks.
Right.
Chopsticks, that's what you can play. Right, anyway, carry on.
Oh, I
so-
shouldn't do that. We're gonna get struck on YouTube.
I've been playing on the Switch. I've been playing Pikmin 3.
Oh, yeah, Pikmin 3, baby.
Three.
Classic. I've never played any Pikmin games. But
So-
you love Pikmin.
I do love Pikmin. The reason why I started playing Pikmin was because back in the day, I bought a GameCube. Now, I don't know if you know
Yes.
this about GameCubes, but they had fuck all on them.
They were terrible.
They were good.
Nobody
but
bought them.
They were good, but there wasn't many games for them. Right? They had good games on there, but there wasn't many. So I went to game and I was like, I don't know, I'm desperate here. I'm desperate. I never heard of Smash Brothers before, and I bought Smash Brothers Melee, and I bought a game called Pikmin. I didn't know anything. I had no idea what it was, so I bought it, and I was like, okay, I'll give this a try. And basically, the game is like a puzzle platforming game, and it's
Yes.
it's you're an astronaut. You crash onto kind of like I think it is Earth, because like you pick up like items that are human, like mobile phones and stuff, but they're giant to these people because they're only tiny little people. And you discover these little animals called Pikmin, and you can pick them out of the ground, and they just follow you, and they carry stuff for you, and they fight enemies for you. There's different colour Pikmin, so the red ones are resistant to fire. The blue ones can go through water, and the yellow ones you can throw them higher, and you can conduct electricity through them. and you basically just go around like, figuring out like where stuff is. The mechanic in this game is that you've got to get food from fruit, and it turns the food into like juice. And I tell you what, right? When it animates the fruit, I'll have to like zip forward to when it does it, because the fruit looks so good. It just looks like real and juicy. So anyway, but like it turns the fruit into juice, and you have to make sure that you've got enough food for each day. And there's the whole thing with this one though is that there's 3 astronauts, so you can control 3 different players. The astronauts throw the Pikmin and stuff. So in effect, you could like send one astronaut that way, one astronaut that way, and you can swap between them, or you can play it co-op because it's originally designed for co-op. But if you don't play it co-op, it feels like you're missing out a little bit. But apart from that, it's a good game. I like it. It's around about, I think I would say it's about 15 hours.
You're right.
And then there's.
Did you finish the whole thing?
The deluxe version. Well, let's finish the main story, but the deluxe version includes DLC, side missions, because this was originally on the Wii U. This game, and the deluxe version includes like some side story bits, which are mostly timed. They're quite a little bit time trial-y, but they're pretty good. So
sorry, let me ask you a question. The Wii U had like you had it on your screen, but then you also had a little tablet. Does this do anything with the multiple displays that were happening with the Wii U?
No.
Okay.
No.
I imagine
that was a gimmick. They said fuck it.
I imagine when you press the minus button on the Switch, it brings up the map. I imagine that it's the map that was on the screen on the controller.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, anyway, it's with the DLC probably adds about 4 or 5 hours, so it's pretty chunky. And if for the deluxe, it's like included, so it's not too bad. Like I said, look, in the first game you only controlled 1 astronaut. In the second game you controlled 2, and in the third game you control 3. Controlling 1 is obviously easy. Controlling 2 is manageable, but controlling 3 astronauts, because you can send them to like different destinations, so you can kind of automate certain things. But I don't know, controlling 3 astronauts, it just never feels like you get the knack of it. So
is that because it feels like there's too much going on?
Sort of juggling stuff, and then by the time he got there, I mean, he gets there, and you're like, okay, I wish that took a little bit longer because I'm not ready for that to like be done yet, because I'm still doing this other thing. So it's hard to sort of juggle between everything. With 2 astronauts, it's easier because on the time, the DLC, the time trials, you only have 2 astronauts, and it's way easier to do. There are some puzzles that require all 3 because you can throw one of your astronaut mates as well, which allows you to get to ledges and stuff. But it's pretty good. You've got enemies that are on fire, so you got to throw your red Pikmin, and you've got enemies that are made of like hard shells, so you've got little rock Pikmin. And then there's a new Pikmin in Pikmin 3, and they can fly. The little cute pink flying ones.
Pikmin.
And they're very useful because they're not restricted by land, because they can pick shit up and just fly it over. So they're very cool. I'm a big Pikmin fan. I don't know. I suppose Pikmin is one of those games that, if I'd have just looked at it, I probably wouldn't have got into it. But because I bought it and I was so desperate for good games on the GameCube, I sort of fell in love with it. But I'm not sure really. You've got to love sort of Nintendo's charm, really, because it is a Nintendo game.
Yeah. It's relying
great,
a lot on that charm.
Yeah, great game design, great character design, very cute, very it's good graphically in its own style, if you know what I mean. Like
it reminds me a lot of Little Big Planet, that kind of
a little bit. It's almost more isometric, but it's you do, and the Pikmin die. Unfortunately, they do die.
Oh, no.
They are replaceable because you just get new ones. So fuck them.
What a shame.
There's this other. It just popped up on the screen there. There's like a juice mechanic. It's like cocaine juice. I don't know what it is.
Nice.
I got the JUIC.
And it gives
totally
gets you wired.
Addictive.
I barely used it, but all in all, it's a good Pikmin game. 2 wasn't very good because it was mainly in caves and dungeons and stuff, so it wasn't very. But I still think Pikmin 1 is my favourite. It's bright, it's colourful. You've only got 3 Pikmin to worry about. It's very simple, and it's like a 30-day span. Whereas this one, the whole, you can go as many days as you like in this one, but you've got to make sure that you have fruit in your arsenal, in your inventory, so you can eat. You can stay alive as long as you can eat. And I had so much fruit in my inventory, I could last like weeks. So yeah, I kind of did the last level. The last level's interesting. You've got like a boss that just slowly follows you all the time. It's a big sort of. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, is it like Mr. X?
No, it's like it is like that, but as if you're being chased by the blob. Remember the blob?
I do.
The blob.
Yeah.
Like, it's like that, but it's transparent, and it's just constantly chasing you. You've got to make it turn gold. So it's a pretty good last level. But when you play that one, that's it. That's the game over. But there was so much more stuff I could have done, but I couldn't really be bothered. So all in all, I think Pikmin 3 is good. It's probably my second favourite Pikmin game. Pikmin 1 is the best. Pikmin 2 is last. It's worth a go if you like Nintendo's charm, as I said, and you've got a Switch. But as we all know, Nintendo games ain't cheap.
No.
They ain't cheap. Pikmin...
And they never get cheaper.
They don't.
Occasionally you get a reduction on the store, but flipping out, there's very few and far between.
They hold their value. I'm just looking now how much Pikmin 3. It's £40 at Argos, 36 on Amazon, 24 on eBay. So it's
that's pretty good.
Yeah, 24 on eBay. Oh, the cheapest is on I don't know, eBay. 20 quid on eBay. So yeah, it's still, for what it is. I suppose 20 quid's not a bad price for it. 40 quid, it's a bit. You've got to be a fan. Do you know what I mean? You've really got to be a fan. But once you've played it, I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but my Switch is dodgy. Do we know this?
Or have you got the dodgy analog sticks?
No. So I won't disclose who did it, right?
Uh-oh.
But somebody that shall not be named. Apparently, there's a window, right? If you bought this model of Switch, you can dodgify it.
Oh,
right?
Dear.
So
you got a modded console.
So I've got a modded Switch, basically.
Oh, dear.
And, I mean, who's going to find out? No one's going to fucking find out, are
they? Who's going to find
out?
I
don't think Miyamoto's listening.
If you don't go online, who cares?
Yeah, I don't go online. I can't go online.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for me, it didn't really cost anything. But yeah.
So how do you right? Not that I'm going to do this, right? I don't want to give the listeners.
You've got to have a certain model of Switch.
Yeah. But is it on a ROM? Is it on a cartridge? How do you get these things on?
You
the
install
SD
it,
card?
and I think it installs it as a game, like this sort of pirate software. And then you've got to boot it in a weird way. You've got to have like a dongle to boot it and stuff.
But where are the games on an SD card?
The games are on an SD card, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and you've got to use this boot. So it sounds complicated, but once you get your head around it, it's not complicated.
Right.
So basically,
not that we condone piracy, people. No. Can we just make that clear? I mean, I buy games off slightly dodgy websites where we're not sure whether any of the developers get money, but I pay for them. But I do.
I have paid for. I paid for the Mario 35-year edition stuff.
Yeah.
I bought the version of that. But at the moment,
so you can't get anything off the eShop or anything now.
No. But so I'm just looking at the Switch now, and so I've got all the the Super Nintendo games on there.
Yeah.
I've got Nintendo 64 games on there as well.
Yeah.
They're all modded. I've got Mario Golf, that's brand new. I've got Kirby's Forgotten Land. Luigi's Mansion 3, Mario Strikers, that just came out. So a bunch of games basically. Yeah. So I've never really said that I've got a modded Switch, but I have. And now what are you gonna do? Punch me?
You naughty boy!
You dirty bastard!
Is he? I'm surprised how quiet Duke is because he berates me for getting stuff off CD keys and stuff like that, and he said nothing to you.
Hey, you know what? Look, it's bogus. It's wrong. I'm not gonna. I've made my opinions known.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be double standard.
We've just got a call in from Nintendo.
Oh,
hello,
Nintendo.
Hello,
is that you? It's Satan calling from Nintendo headquarters.
I work for Nintendo.
That voice is terrible, by the way.
What do you mean this voice is terrible? I've done 3 years of theatre.
Yeah, so there you go.
So there you
Pikmin
go.
3.
Pikmin
go.
3.
The
Worth a
Pikmin,
buy, actually buy it. There you go. Who knew?
Yeah, buy it.
the Pikmin,
Yeah, I'll go
the
next.
Pikmin sound like this, by the way.
They go, hey! Ho! Fucking hell! I'm gonna die!
That's what they sound like.
That's actually how I imagine them to sound.
I'm fucking getting eaten, you cunt!
That's what they sound like.
I'm going to talk about a very chill game, which I actually love. I downloaded this ages ago on my Xbox Series S, and I've never played it. And I was like, I'm going to give this a go because it looks kind of cool and interesting and very simple, right? And this game, I think both of you would enjoy. I'm going to put it out there right now. I think you would both enjoy this game. And it's called Townscaper. Okay. It is on
I think
sale.
you tried to push this on us in the past.
No,
I
I've
know
never
you've
played
told
it
me I
before.
should-
So how can I push it on you when I've only
Well,
just played
I think
it?
you said it looks amazing that I would. That
I didn't
should
say it
definitely
looked
check it out.
amazing.
It sounds
I
a
think
bit
you're
pyramid
gonna-
scheme
I
to
feel
me,
like
dude.
you said that I should play it. I know you've said I should play this.
I think you should play it. Right, it is on sale at the moment in the
Everything's on sale.
in the Steam sale, and I don't think
Yes.
it's very much. It's £3.35 in the UK.
That's way too much.
Wow.
So I'm assuming it's about $4.
Have you seen the price of petrol at the moment, Stu? I can't afford this.
I know. Well, yours
I can
is
buy half
free
a
because
gallon
it's
of
on.
petrol for that.
Yours is totally free because it's on Game Pass, so you don't even have to.
$4.19. I'm not spending
See, $4. Can't even get.
All right, what's the
What's
the
the
idea here? Go
gist?
ahead.
Sell it to me.
The gist is, it's kind of like Minecraft, but very much more simplified. So it's kind of a procedurally generated building game for building towns and villages and cities. And it basically just generates buildings based on where you put them. It's hard to describe, but
It generates buildings based on where you put them. What are you talking
yeah,
about?
so you can build on the top, sides, bottoms, etc.
So you're placing these buildings.
Yeah, but you can build as high as you want. You can build as far out as you want. You can build on any side of another building. You can build towers.
What's the object?
Nothing. There is no object. It's basically just build shit. So there's no object to the game apart from building whatever you want to build. It's like Minecraft, really.
This looks shit.
It's actually really good.
So he's building canals. So for the audio listeners, like he's just sort of building buildings, then he's building canals. This YouTube video.
So we're looking at hang on a second. We're looking from above. There's this series of orange lines. Are those buildings?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, what this dude decided to build was a farming community. So
when he draws a line, that's making a row of houses.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't even draw a line.
The same.
No, you have multiple colors, and depending on where you build them, depends on what it builds. So they do look distinctly different. You can make archways. It's actually quite impressive how much you can make. So if you build them on an internal corner, you get like an internal archway, which looks really cool. But as you build it, washing lines appear with washing on strung across them.
So the procedurally generated is like when you plonk a building there, the game kind of works out how that's like
what to put there for you.
I imagine. I think you did say this on the start, didn't you? Like this is I think what Duke and I are trying to get our head around is like, where's the game, man?
It's just zen.
Game?
It's got nice like sort of sound effects and stuff as you're building it. And it's just kind of zen. It's just kind of a switch. It's a bit like Cookie Clicker, I guess is the best way to describe this. It's like a Cookie Clicker game, but building.
$4.19.
It's very zen. If you want just a chill out game, and it's quite impressive what you build, and you can delete stuff really easily and try different things. So it's very simple to just experiment and see what comes out. You can build piers. You get also, and then birds appear and they land on your rooftops. The only thing, and I read some like in one of the reviews, and I kind of agree, it would have been really cool if they'd have like started like people just appearing, wandering around in the streets and stuff of what you'd built. That would have made it a lot cooler. But you get little balconies with telescopes on and binoculars and like little garden furniture and all that kind of stuff.
Hints of people, not the
yeah. So like I say, the washing lines appear, which I thought was really cool. As I was building this internal archway, all
The
these
only
washing
description
lines
on
appear.
Steam is instant town building toy, which is fine. I mean,
That's pretty much what it is.
like,
It's not really a game.
Yeah.
It is a toy. Is
Sure.
probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I mean, I've
Oh,
built
wait,
some
there is more here.
really cool
Build
looking
quaint island towns
structures.
with curvy streets, small hamlets, soaring cathedrals, canal networks,
Mm.
cities, sky cities on stilts. Build the town your dreams. Should be an oven there, whatever. Block
Yeah.
by block. No goal, no real gameplay, just
Nope.
plenty of building and plenty of beauty. That's
pretty true.
Okay.
It's kind of open format, and you can. I mean, I've seen some stuff that people have built that looks like incredible.
So the point
It
of it
is
is just
overwhelmingly
to
positive
be,
in the reviews. So.
Yeah, to be. What do you think now, Duke? Now that we know the point of the game.
I think it looks like it's well made. I think it would be really fun for maybe an hour, and then I would get sick of it.
No, I think this is you've got nothing to do for 20 minutes. Plop it on and just build something, or carry on building whatever you were building. I mean, I've started building
Duke
this
just
kind
told you
of...
what he thought of it.
Yeah, this kind of...
But I love Stu's response was, no, here's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm just saying from playing it. You know, that's how I
No, but
see
you
it.
didn't say, well, but from my experience of playing it is this.
Well,
It's,
okay.
no, here's what it is. It's
From my
20 minutes.
experience of playing
However
it,
you put it
it's
on.
kind of a 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there kind of game. Bit like
Cool.
Cookie
Hey,
Clicker.
calm down, fellas.
Like
I'm
Cookie
always
Clicker.
calm. What are you talking about?
But the one I'm building at the moment is really high up on stilts, and I've built loads of archways in between, and
Oh, yeah.
very sort of symmetrical looking. It looks kind of cool, actually. And I've just started building on the outsides a bit, but I played it for way longer than I'd have expected. You know, kind of just sort of something like 20 or 25 minutes had gone by, and I hadn't even realised while I was just faffing
Yeah.
around. And there's lots of, it's all like nice shades of pastel colours, you know, like yellows and
Well,
greens
that's the
and
thing.
blues.
All the roofs are orange. So from above, it looks like, I don't know, it doesn't look very colorful from above.
No, but you
But
can
I
you
know
can
that
obviously have
there's
whatever
other-
angle you like when you're zooming in and out and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how deleting stuff makes other things as well. So it's kind of cool by just deleting things. But what this guy was quite interesting. Obviously, you can't hear the like voiceover or anything. But what he was saying was an idea-
Voiceover.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he
the
does
person
talk.
playing it, you mean?
The person playing it's talking while
I
he's
thought you
doing
meant
it.
when you're playing it, it's got a voice.
To make green, obviously you can see it's all the greenery. You have to have a border all the way around because what that's intended for is just courtyards. If you want to build a courtyard in the middle of a building, so that's the only time you get greenery. So he had to build a perimeter wall the whole way around this just to get it to be green inside. So people are figuring out how to do stuff even though it's not meant to do it. If you know what I mean.
Can I just want to test something.
Go.
It didn't work. It didn't work. Okay, fine.
Okay, great.
Okay.
But I totally recommend TownScaper. It's on Game Pass, so it's free to play for anyone on Game Pass or PC Game Pass. It's just a cool little time waster. If you just want something totally chill that you really, really don't have to think about and you want to create something that looks kind of cool, this is a game for you, I guess.
Yeah.
I like it.
I see
Big
what you're
thumbs
getting
up.
at, Stu. I think you came in all wrong. Do you know what I mean? You came in
Okay,
all
okay.
wrong. I think, if I was to give you some tips,
Okay.
I would
I'm
say
listening.
this is how I would do it. Right. This is your voice.
All right, okay.
So, it's a fucking stupid game that no one's gonna like. You're not gonna like it, dude. Don't even look at it.
And then
What? What do you mean I'm not gonna like it? I'll show you. I'm gonna buy it right now.
And then
Actually, that reverse psychology might work on me.
Yeah, you're gonna hate this game, dude.
I do tend to be a cantankerous malcontent.
Yeah, I could give it a go. I won't, but I
I
could.
think you should give it a go.
It doesn't cost you anything, Chinny.
It don't cost you anything, Chinny.
Hey,
Give it a go.
hey, what is your response to that
hey,
statement,
hey.
Duke?
Well, if I had Game Pass, I would totally play
No,
it.
it doesn't cost me anything. Even if you've got Game Pass, it doesn't cost me. It costs me my time.
Time.
Yeah,
Cost him
what time?
And-
Oh, more time you're gonna spend faffing around with snooker.
And
Yeah, or a voice
And I
simulator.
have not enough time, right, to be fucking around.
You got time for
things.
Pikmin 3 DLC. You got time for this.
Do you know what's funny again?
Don't you ever
Listen,
talk shit on Pikmin 3 ever again.
do you know
Let's do what?
I was gonna say, it was quite funny again listening to this dude talking about it as he was building it. You know the kind of tall buildings around the waterway areas.
Yes.
He was like, "Oh, these are where when they're receiving goods." I'm like, "They're never going to receive any goods." When the ships
no.
come in with supplies, this is where they'll drop them off.
No
and I'm
ships
like,
coming. There's no
"No ships are
supplies.
coming, mate. That's not this game."
Yeah.
But it is quite funny that he had a whole backstory of how his like little hamlets were going to be built and what what all the buildings were for.
Yeah.
So people are making their own objectives, and I guess that's what you get with these kinds of games, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
People go, right, well, this is what I'm going to build a farm.
All right. Anything else about Townscaper?
No, give it a go. There you go. That's
Give it a
nothing.
go.
Give it a go.
There you go. All right,
Jake.
so I've been playing a bunch of games, but not too many games that I'm going to quickly run through a few games I've been playing that I've talked about before. I haven't talked to Chinny since I started this. You mentioned Red Dead Online a couple weeks ago, Chinny.
Yes.
And that made me go, oh, I have a new hard drive. I can install that. So I've installed it, and I've been doing stuff. The main thing I've been doing is going through and clearing out my goddamn treasure maps. And let me tell you something. I didn't mean to do this, but today was the last one, and it's in the marsh of Lemoyne. I must have been killed by like 20 alligators and panthers and shit.
Yeah.
I hate Lemoyne. I hate LaGrasse. I wish I could just build a brick wall around that part of the map. It sucks.
You know what you should do, Duke? Uninstall that game again. That's what I
No, the game is great. That one area sucks. Every time I log in and it goes, ooh, collect 2 bounties from Lemoyne. I'm like, nope. Just fucking exit out. I'm not doing any dailies that day. And of course, now that I've got $50 in gold, I'm like, dailies, you can get 10 cents in gold. I'm like, who gives a shit? I suddenly realized I don't care about that. It's so much
have you
more
carried on
freeing.
playing it or not?
Yeah, I'm still playing it. I've been playing it every day.
Right, okay.
It's just that I don't always do the dailies. Today I bought myself a Joker suit, meaning green hat, purple shirt, purple coat, green gloves, green pants, purple boots. Yeah, it looks slick. And Rocket League, I played some with Antonio. What? I did that. It was so funny. I did that thing of messing up because I had a script in my head. So we were like, I said, all right, thanks for the games, mate. See you later. And he goes, yeah, have a good show. And I said, you too. Like, wait. It's like when, you have a script in your head, the waitress brings you your food. She's like, enjoy. You're like, you too. Yeah. Anyway, Governor of Poker 3. I got to 5 million, so I am now a high roller on that game. But now I'm scared to go beneath 5 million, so I'm just only gambling with stuff.
What's gonna happen?
I don't know. I'm gonna lose the high roller name. I'm gonna lose the high roller. You get a little name tag that says high roller. I don't want to lose that.
It's like Rocket League. You're obsessed with titles.
Yes, I'm obsessed with titles. I admit
even
that.
Even your username is Duke. Just saying.
Why? What does that have to do with anything?
Well, Duke's a title in the UK. That's a title.
Yeah, I know.
Everything's a bloody title with you.
Last week I talked about playing Limbo, and now I finished that, and now I'm going through Inside, and it's good. It's a really good game. We all know that.
It's a good game.
And I finished my musical roller coaster on Minecraft. Yeah.
Okay.
So, big thumbs up on that. And finally, I'll talk real quick about Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4. I'm sorry. You have a problem with Battlefield 4?
No, I've just heard bad things. I can't believe someone's still playing it.
Battlefield 4?
Oh, no, wrong one.
No,
Battlefield 1, isn't it? It was a terrible one. Is that the
latest?
No,
Battlefield 2049 is the crappy one.
Is that the very latest? Is that the latest one? I get mixed up with them. There's that many of them, honestly.
Maybe you could look them up before you start complaining.
Maybe I go, no, Battlefield 4, that's meant to be pretty good. I'll take it back.
Yes, it's classic. It's awesome. But here's the thing. There are some servers that represent themselves as having like 60 out of 64 slots filled, and then you go and join the game, and it's actually just 20 people on the server. And that kind of sucks because I'm an infantry soldier. I don't want to get in a tank. I don't want to fly around in a helicopter or a jet. I like to run around, shoot people, and take flags. And if there's 20 people in a server, everybody's jumping into tanks and jets and things. So suddenly, like, if I'm on foot, I'm just going to get decimated over and over by the tanks and jets and things. So it's very frustrating. But Battlefield 4 is an amazing game. It holds up really well. There's still a lot of people playing it. If you have it on the PC, holler at your boy. And it's funny because when I play Rocket League, I want to win the game. If I don't win the game of Rocket League, then I get like mad. I'm like, oh, yeah. But if I'm in a game of Battlefield 4 and I play okay, I'm just like, this is awesome.
Why do you think that is, Duke? Why do you think?
Well, it speaks to the value of being crappy at a game. The problem with Rocket League is that I've gotten too good.
Ah.
So if I'm good, then I don't want to lose. But when
He's
I'm
scared of
crappy at
losing his
Battlefield-
diamond rank
see.
3 or whatever the hell it is.
That is part of it, yeah. I'll admit that, and that's the thing with Battlefield 4 is there are no ranks to worry about. So I'm just like, whatever. You only ever go up in XP. And in Battlefield 4, it's like whatever. I'm not good at it. This person, I was playing a game recently, and they were like, yeah, that MVP tag is like crack, and I'm like, oh, I wouldn't know. I've never gotten the MVP tag, but that goes to show the difference between me and him because he had like 70 kills and 3 deaths. And I had like 3 kills and 20 deaths. And I was like, woohoo, I got 3 kills.
Yeah.
Yes, enough.
You were
Yay.
happy.
So if you suck, it's easier to feel good when you do something that doesn't suck.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Battlefield 4, baby. Great game.
There you go. Chinny, back over to you.
Nothing.
I played
Voice
the-
modulator.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
No, just
Nothing,
we
I was
assumed
just-
there was nothing else. Well, go
Oh.
on, carry on.
Well,
Oh.
there was another game that I played when I was in Gran Canaria.
Okay.
We went parasailing, by
Yeah.
the way.
Did you?
Oh, yeah? What'd that
what-
sound like?
Yeah, you've got a sound bite.
I don't know if you know what that sounded
Why
like.
am I up here?
It sounded a bit like maybe a bit like this. Help! 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 Anybody!
Were you parasailing in a canyon?
We was in a cave. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
in the
okay.
cave.
This one's lost
But
soul.
the cave didn't have very immediate.
It was a bit
echo.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Why? Why am I doing?
Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Go on. Did you actually
Carry
play
on,
another game,
carry
or are
on.
you just looking for an excuse
Yeah.
to make those little noises?
He played Pikmin 3 whilst parascending.
No, I did.
Yeah.
Everybody give me a hell yeah.
No. All right, dude. Calm
Oh
down
my
with the sound
God.
effects. It's really annoying. I played the greatest game ever made
Oh,
while on holiday.
you
Rocket
did?
League?
Yep.
Skyrim?
Portal 2?
No.
No?
Tic-tac-toe?
Red Dead Redemption?
No.
No? GTA 5?
No.
Max Payne?
Tic-tac-toe?
No.
Pac-Man? Tetris?
Pac-Man? Yeah, Tetris?
No.
Space
Well,
Invaders?
we give up. What?
Track and Field?
Super
Galaga.
Mario World.
Hey.
Greatest game ever. This one's called 8-bit.
And you're playing this on your Switch?
Huh?
You're playing
Yes,
this on
but
your
because I've
Switch?
got all the dodginess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
He's got all the dodginess going on.
I
Oh,
saw
you
Super
shouldn't do
Mario
that.
World and I was like, I have to get me some of that shit. And
Sorry, I hate to come back to this, but I've been thinking about it, and there is a difference between when Stu does it and when Chinny does it. Chinny is using it to play games that are like 70 years old.
Oh,
And
come away with
They
you.
should be cheaper than they are now. Now, not with Pikmin 3.
Just a
necessarily.
minute. Pikmin 3.
Not
he was
Pikmin
just telling
3.
us how many
Not
modern
Pikmin
games
3.
he's got.
Not Pikmin 3. But if you're using it for
Stu,
Super Mario
calm
World,
down.
no, you wouldn't say that if I was giving you the bollocking.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fair that Stu would be angry. But again, so I'll condemn you insofar as you're doing it for Pikmin 3, but insofar as you're doing it for Super Mario World, I'm like,
yeah, I mean,
Oh, double standards.
games get a pass
You said you didn't have
for
double
me.
standards, but you just did double standards.
well, no, there's a standard for
Double
current
standards.
games. And there's a
Piracy is
standard for
piracy.
older
It doesn't
games.
matter how old the game is. If it's copyrighted, it's piracy.
Well, but the question is, what should the copyright laws
Well,
be? And
if
originally,
somebody-
copyright.
If somebody was giving your book away for free and had copied all the text and you weren't getting any money from that, would you be happy
The copyright
when you had
law
the copyright on it?
I guess you don't want to talk about it, so I won't try to say my point.
Well, there's nothing you can say to justify what Chinny's doing, regardless of the age of the game.
Jesus.
Great.
So there you go. Anyway, I'm just saying, there's no. What can you argue that makes it okay?
I tried 3 times to explain what the difference is,
Well,
and you
that
kept
it's
jumping
old.
in every time.
It doesn't matter how
If you
old
want to
it
hear
is.
what I have to say, I will say
All right,
it.
well,
but
go
don't
on then.
be
Let's
jumping
hear.
in and
Go on,
cutting
let's
me
hear
off.
your justification for piracy of a game.
Yes. Once upon a time, copyright law was about 20 years. So you would publish a thing, you would get paid off of it for a while, and then it would go into the public domain. And the theory was that when things go into the public domain, they help to inspire creativity and they keep things moving. Then over time, publishers and eventually radio companies and TV companies and film companies started demanding that Congress, in the United States at least, I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, extend and extend and extend the life of the copyrights to the point where Disney can just keep renewing its copyright forever into infinity. I believe that after, I've sold all the, first of all, look, yes, if somebody were to make my book publicly available, that's fine. I've actually had that happen. I did an audiobook for a project called LibriVox where you read out an audiobook that's in the public domain. I did the Dao De Ching for whatever it's worth. And that recording is then put into the public domain, and someone took it and put it out on Amazon, and they're selling my audiobook version of the Dao De Ching. To be honest, I'm not too bothered because I just think it's cool. Now, I'm not trying to make a living off of my recording of audiobooks or my writing of fiction. So if it were about my making a living, yeah, that would be one thing. But again, the way I see it is that the public domain is a thing that works really ought to pass into after the creator has made money off of it for quite a few years. So that's why I have less of a problem with people pirating things when they're older than when they're current.
I get what you're saying, but that's not the law, so it doesn't make any difference.
No, it's not the law. But
so you can't pick and choose which laws you abide by, can you?
Of course you can.
Well, I'm breaking this house, and I don't think it should be breaking the law because, this house is 50, 100 years old, so that should be fine. If it was a newer house, then it would be a different matter. But because the house is ancient, I should be allowed to break into that one.
Well, that's just because that person wants to break into a house. That's not what I'm talking about. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Well, this person wants to pirate a game. Age has nothing to do with it.
Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "It is necessary to develop a respect for the right, not for the law." And that's what Martin Luther King Jr. said. Now, it's a bit of a stretch for me to apply that to video game piracy. Yes, I agree. However, that said, there is a problem with the way that copyright law is currently happening in the world, and gamers ought to be able to say, look, once a game has been out in the world for 40 years, it should be free. Why not?
What a better argument for you would have been is Chinny bought this game when he initially had one of the consoles, like an NES or a SNES or whatever this came out.
Sure.
So
absolutely,
he has actually paid for this game at some point in his life. So that's fine. I would have agreed.
We agree.
With the
High
argument
five.
there.
Yes, common ground.
But you didn't come up with that argument, did you?
For fuck's sake!
Did.
Why can't we just agree and move on? The problem with what you said, Duke.
It would have been a better argument. Just saying.
Anyway, Chinny, what anything stand out about this game?
Do you like this game
this time?
Well, this is obviously the greatest game ever made. Are we done, by the way? Is everybody okay?
Yeah, we're done.
Everybody okay?
We're done.
I've been fine.
I sorted out Duke's argument for him, don't worry.
Don't even fucking bother.
He's got to have the last word. Come on.
Jesus Christ. This one's called, this sound effect's called Game Over. Duke's just gone, by the way.
I just threw away my cupcake wrapper.
No, it was
don't
more
worry,
exciting.
it's nothing bad.
We got more listeners when you just sort of kicked off and was like... So on my holiday, while I was on the plane, I was getting bored of Pikmin 3, and I was like, right, I'm going to play the greatest game ever made, which is Super Mario World.
Skyrim?
And
you could play Skyrim.
I tell you what, it's still great. It's just
it does look cool. I must admit, it's like quite nostalgic, isn't it?
It's great.
I've never really played these, but I look at this and I think, yeah, it does look kind of cool.
It is the best. The only thing I suppose that I would say about it is that I am getting old, and these games are hard. So I feel like I'm getting my age, kicked into me when I play these games. I'm like, man, I used to just do this really easily. But the thing with the Switch version that I've got is that you can rewind it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I don't think I could even finish this game if I couldn't rewind it there.
And is this got the suspend mode as well, so you can do saves?
Yeah, so you can save. So there's like a tricky. There's 96 exits in Mario, and there's a tricky exit on the bridge where you have to fly under a goal. And people know who's played the game, who know what I'm talking about. And I just put a save state on that level. I just put a save state on it. So actually, it's where the bridge is what's on the video now. The bridge below it has a beanstalk that goes down, and it's very tricky to get. So you can just save it before you start the level because you need. Well, I use Yoshi because I do that thing where you jump off Yoshi and you kill him. So it's. I mean, it's sad for Yoshi, but it's good for me. So you know.
Yeah, so screw you, Yoshi.
Yeah, screw you, Yoshi. In the face. Sorry, Dick. I've stole your thing.
That's fine.
I'm quite liking them. I'm liking
Go
them.
ahead.
This one's
like
called
now.
Kick.
Let's see how we feel about it next week.
Yeah, so it's still great. I still love it. But then I just feel like I'm getting old. That's all. That's all I wanted to say.
It's true. It's true.
And I'm not as good at these games. I suppose, is it I'm not as good as these games as I used to be when I was a little baby?
Hello, I'm a little baby.
Or is it because sorry, I'm sorry, I will stop. Or is it because like when you're younger, you've just got a lot more patience and you've just
I think it's partly that.
You got higher tolerance for just like keep doing the same thing over and over again. Whereas you're an adult, I'm like, oh my god, I died once, I can't be bothered to do it.
When you're younger, your reflexes and all that kind of stuff are just better, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know which one it is, but it's all still in there. It's in the memory.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do.
You're just rusty. That's all.
Just a bit rusty. Yeah. Okay, that's all I've played. So back over to one of you guys.
I think it's me, and I'm going to talk about a Nintendo game.
Okay. It's the Nintendo Love Show tonight.
It is. I've been playing Zelda: Link to the Past.
Oh my goodness!
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know whether this has just been released or whether it's always been there. But there's right at the very bottom, there's SNES and NES emulators available.
Yes.
So I downloaded the SNES one just to see it, and there's quite a lot on there. I was kind of impressed.
Yeah.
There's a lot on there. And I'm like,
please download. Yeah. Yeah.
This is meant to be one of the best Zelda games ever made. So I'm like, I'm going to download this game. And what I would say is exactly what you've just been saying, Chinny.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, if it wasn't for the suspend and rewind features,
oh man, it'd be
I'd
terrible.
have probably got frustrated beyond all everything.
I know.
Like even the very first level, you go in this dungeon and you've got a torch and a boomerang. And
what game are you playing here? Oh, it's Zelda, isn't it? Zelda, right?
Yeah, Link to the Past.
Yeah.
Right, the first dungeon, you have to go and rescue Zelda.
I've got a confession to make. I've got a confession to make.
Ooh, it's confession time.
Right. You've never played it, have you?
I have never. This one's called Crazy Clown. I have never played Zelda: Link to the Past.
That's
this
funny.
Is just a little bit of fuzz on the voice. What should we call it? Call it Crazy Clown.
Crazy Clown.
Hello. Yeah.
So you start off, Zelda's a prisoner in the castle, and you have to go and rescue her. I know. She's always a prisoner in the castle. There's always someone a prisoner in the castle. Anyway, so you have to go and rescue her. You do all that stuff, and then she goes, oh, you need to go and get the Master Sword to kill the wizard that's making the land all shit. So you need to go and get the Master Sword, otherwise you won't be able to kill him. So you set off, and then you've got to do all these dungeons to get each bit of this like medallion thing. And when you've got all the medallions, you can then get the Master Sword. So that's kind of the game in a nutshell. But there's each dungeon is so well designed, and obviously the boomerang just works really well. Just freezes enemies, then you can hack them with your sword and stuff. And it's cool. I must admit, I've only ever played and finished one. No, I'm telling a lie. I played and finished 2 Zelda games, which was Spirit Tracks on the DS.
Oh, yeah.
Spirit Tracks.
The worst Zelda game, by the way.
Yeah, it was good though. I enjoyed it. And
I know, but that's still the worst one.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild. I obviously finished. Yeah. So I played some of the best games ever. Breath of the Wild, best game ever.
I mean, you're wrong, but
I know, yeah.
Take this. Oh
I
no!
know, coming. So yeah, and I'm actually kind of impressed with Link to the Past, and it plays really well on the Switch. You know, it works absolutely fine. And I only went on weirdly because it was the mini Nintendo Direct thing this week, wasn't it? So I was like, oh, there's a couple of demos, and I didn't play any of the demos because I saw this at the bottom. I was like, I'm going to see what's on there, and ended up playing that instead. It's a demo. I've played quite a lot. I've probably played it for well over an hour. I would have said maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm fairly in. I mean, I've got my bow and arrow now. I've got a boomerang and a torch. Well, light.
Okay.
So I'm working it, man. I've got an extra heart container. So I've got 4 hearts, but I'll be honest with you. When you get in one of them bloody dark rooms and you can't see any of the enemies, that goes in about 3 seconds. And you're dead.
Film.
You're like, shit. But you do, actually, you know what? I think these are the predecessors to Dark Souls and Elden Rings of this world. Because you sort of learn by your mistakes and then have another go. And you're like, all right, I know where to go next time, or be more cautious in this area or whatever.
Yeah. But you didn't have save states back then.
Yeah, there are save and continue, I think, but it was sort of you had to do the whole dungeon again.
Once upon a time.
You did. You do in the game. You do in Mario World. You have save and continue, but it's like certain levels and castles and stuff.
Yeah. So you could save and continue before you went into like a dungeon. As soon as you're in the dungeon, doesn't matter how far you get, you just start again at the beginning of the dungeon.
How funny that we both played a classic SNES game.
Yeah.
Some people that say that this is one of the greatest games ever made. I've never played it, but
what's that?
Zelda.
Oh yeah, Link to the Past. I was like having a look at where it sort of ranks, and most people put that at number 2.
Yeah, it's up there.
Number 1 is obviously Breath of the Wild, is what everyone says for the best Zelda game ever made.
Yeah, it's up there.
Oh yeah, well this is up there.
Ocarina of Time as well is always up there.
Yeah.
Keep hearing.
So I mean, if you've got a Switch out there, and I don't know, like I said, I don't know whether this has just been added as a thing or whether it's been there and I just never noticed. You know, if you have the £10 a year, or is it £15 a year for Nintendo, whatever?
Yeah, it must be. I've got the 64 games because I'm doing it naughty.
Yeah, it's got those as well. It's got 64 and SNES.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Has it? Wow.
So there's 2 full-on emulators on there. So, and they've got a lot of games. There's a lot of games, probably about 30, 20, 30, 40 games.
I don't know what I've got on my... I've never looked on the 64 one, but I was
it doesn't matter. I'm going to have a look now, see if Mario World's on there.
Well,
so this is the dungeon, by the way, where I got killed a lot. There's one particular bit, and it had loads of snakes in it.
Mario World will be on your SNES emulator.
I think it probably will. There was a lot of Kirby games.
There's not many games on the 64. There's Mario 64, obviously, Mario Kart, Zelda, Dr. Mario, F-Zero X, which is one of the best F-Zeros. Zelda, Majora's Mask. People like Majora's Mask. It's a weird Zelda, though.
Yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie, which is fine. Paper Mario, Mario Tennis. Winback. The fuck is Winback?
Not a clue.
Star Fox, some anime game, and Yoshi's Story. Those are the games.
I'll have a look. So yeah, it was cool.
Cool. You think you'll carry on? What made you play?
Because
what made you play it? Zelda.
But like I said, I went on to actually play the demos from the Nintendo Direct thing.
Oh.
And I was scrolling down, and just these were right at the very bottom. You know, like the emulator things. Yeah. I was like, So I installed the SNES one, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. It's pretty good. And it's colourful, and the soundtrack's pretty cool, and the noises are good, and there's a lot of reading obs. There's no voice acting in this here game, obviously. But it looks cool for its age. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Duke, back to you.
Over to me.
Over to you.
So Epic Game Store had a free game. I know I've bought a bunch of games recently. And by the way, this is funny because once upon a time I was like, man, all these like single game things, you play a game of Rocket League and then it's on to the next one. Battlefield 4, this round is over, to play another round. I want something with a story, something I can sink my teeth into, something I can progress in. I want to play Batman Arkham Knight. Chinny, you were gone when I talked about that.
I listened to
and then I didn't go back
show.
to it. Yeah. I didn't go back to it at all last week. I just didn't touch it.
Oh, I thought you were enjoying it as well.
I am enjoying it. It's not a bad. It's just for some reason I don't want to. First of all, it's all dark and it's nighttime forever, and I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like being in Minecraft where there's occasionally sunshine and blue skies, and I can make a roller coaster.
You've got issues, Duke.
I know I do.
You want to be
so it's just funny
pleasant
that I started
environments.
Arkham Knight.
Do you know what I mean? Well, you want to be in pleasant environments.
Well, you think so, but then Epic Game Store gave away Car Mechanics Simulator 2018.
Nice.
So now I'm spending all my time in a dank garage fixing cars.
So how is car mechanics?
I have looked at that a few times.
It's great.
It's cool.
I don't know if it's still free on the Epic Game Store, but if it is, go get it.
I've just looked.
So talk me through it. Like, what am I doing?
What's the free game? Well, I thought we all played 2014 once upon a time, because when I saw this on the Epic Game Store, I was like, I know I have one of them. So I looked it up in my Steam inventory. I have 2014, and I think
I have never played this.
Okay, well then I guess Stu played it at one point. But anyway, I couldn't tell you what the difference is between 2018 and 2014. To be fair, the idea is, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a simulator for fixing cars.
But is it
free
like
games right now
really...
are Gene Forge, Hood, and Aratus.
Do you have
Lord
to have like
Dead.
a good knowledge of cars?
You don't, and here's why. It is weird because when you first play, I'm not getting Aratus. I'm done. Okay, so Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. There's a tutorial, quote unquote, but all it is you wander around the garage, and whenever you highlight something that's useful in working on cars, it'll give you a little paragraph about what it is. So you go over to the oil funnel, and it says oil funnel used to drain old oil before you put in the new oil. If you don't do this correctly, then you'll pay for cleanup or whatever. Okay, fine. So then I looked at all the stuff, and I was like, is it not going to walk me through repairing cars? No, it's not. But it says, because you go and you click like finish tutorial, and then it says you have to complete the test track to complete the tutorial. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean, complete the test track? So I looked online, imagine that, needing a walkthrough for the tutorial. But I did, and it said, you have to there's this car in your garage that needs nothing fixed. But you take it to, there's like a test track, you can drive your car around. Oh. So, okay, fine. So I took it to the test track, and then you go through 4 stops, and it did it, and it was fine. And then that finished the tutorial. And then I got my first car. Okay, fine. Basically, the attitude of the game is, fuck you, hold your own hand.
Oh, good.
So do you sell the cars once you built and finished them?
You don't sell them. Well, okay, here's the thing. You're not starting off building cars from scratch. People, they have this list of calls that you can take, and it'll be things like, my brakes aren't working right, or I need
so you're just fixing other people's cars.
Exactly, correct. So, I fixed this dude's brake system, and then I said, okay, you don't have to do this. You can, after you fix, and it's very nice because it says, like, for the first ones at least, it says, brake pad, brake shoe, brake caliper. Okay. But you don't know which wheels they're on, right? So there's a thing called overview mode where it basically makes the whole car go gray except for the things that need repairing. Okay. Which is nice because then you can tell, okay, that wheel has the calipers messed up. That wheel needs the brake shoe. This one needs the brake pad or whatever. I think brake pads and brake shoes are the same thing. I know nothing about cars, but
they have wheels.
So I fixed
They have wheels.
Exactly. Well, so you say.
So
so I fixed the guy's brakes and everything was fine. And you can just click done and it'll move on.
Right.
But I said to myself, you know what? I want to test them out to make sure the brakes really are working well. So I got it. I went to the test track and I got the car going real fast. And then I decided to slam on the brakes. And the car mechanics in this game are not great because it's not about car mechanics. It's about, the insides of the car and, fixing what needs fixing. So I flipped the dude's car.
Wow, dude, you must have fixed him well.
I guess so. And it instantly just puts it back right side up and you continue the track. And it's
the
fine.
physics are a bit weird though, because a real car wouldn't do an endo when you slam the brakes.
You're not supposed to be going 70 miles an hour on the test track. But I had just been playing Forza Horizon 4. But I thought it would be hilarious if you said to the guy, I don't know what's up with your car, dude. Someone flipped it after I fixed the brakes. Now your car's all fucked up. Sorry, man. I think it's the car's fault. You should take it to a mechanic.
To be honest though, Duke, I do think mechanics actually do what you did.
They flip cars around,
flip your car over
70 miles an hour.
This is not a joke, right? A friend of mine that I used to go to school with owns a garage, right, where fixes cars, and Tara used him, right? But not used him, but went to him.
We know what you mean when they're for
like an MOT or
so
something.
Your mind's going to the gutter instantly.
Yeah, we didn't even say any of that stuff.
And so she went, she went there. She went to go. Maybe this was Tara's mom actually, but either way, she went to pick up a car.
Yes.
And on the way, I think she was on the bus or something. she saw her car being driven by the guy's wife.
Oh no!
That is awesome.
And then they did like Ferris Bueller, and they just put it on their jack and they ran it backwards.
That happens though. That sort of stuff does happen.
You know.
Hey.
And she wasn't even mad. She was like, "Well, you know, what am I going to do?"
The nicest thing about this game is that you're taking the thing apart piece by piece. So like, if it's got a screw in it, you have to undo the screw.
Jesus.
And eventually, you can get adjustments. You can get like bonuses, so you can remove screws more quickly and stuff like that, which is pretty cool.
It looks tedious though.
Yeah, but some people who like these games like the tedium.
I
That's
wonder
why
if
they play them.
car mechanics would like this.
Well, it's a good question because I think Marcanix did mention that he had played it at one point, but he was like, "I do it all day in real life. I don't want to do it."
Yeah, I don't want to do it.
I know, but
like, I wouldn't want to play paper grading simulator.
I know, but some people do play like truck simulator or whatever, and they're truck drivers.
Yeah, right. So if the tires need to be replaced, you have to take them off the car, and then you have to separate them. There's a machine that separates the tires from the rims. Yeah. So there's that whole thing. And sometimes it's like, okay, so eventually you get to car repair jobs where it just says suspension. It just feels like it's driving weird, or there's a weird noise coming from the engine. So you basically have to take a bunch of things apart.
Yeah,
and
diagnose
in many cases, you have to take a thing off of it in order to tell what condition it's in. And in other cases, you can use the identifier tool to figure out like what condition thing's in. Like on the stream, it's showing the tires are in red. That probably means the tread is bad on the tires. So there's a little bit of mystery, detective investigation you got to do to figure out, what's going on with the car. It's very satisfying. That's the thing is the reason I think this game is fun for me, and it's the same Assembly with Care, which is a game where you're fixing little machines and gizmos and stuff.
That had a look about it though, didn't it? Assembly with Care.
It did have a look about it. But the thing for me is that it's very satisfying, to take it apart, to figure, and it helps you out with like, okay, I have no idea how an engine gets rebuilt, but when you get done taking pieces off the thing and you've purchased new items for all the stuff that's broken, in order to put them back together, it's got a little ghost of where the next piece needs to be. So you just click on that, and then it'll say, okay, attaching, whatever.
Cool.
The funny thing is that when you take off, a busted up, brake pad off the car, it goes in your inventory. And it's got like 3% use left in it, right? It's like in red, whereas the new one's all green, 100%. Okay, fine. You can sell the broken piece of shit brake pad for like $2. Who's buying a broken?
Somebody would
what
buy
I really need is a broken ass brake pad.
Somebody would buy
an '83 Renault.
Fraser would buy it.
Why?
Because he loves buying broken shit. Yeah.
I don't understand why. I know people do. I just don't get it. Anyway, it would. The one criticism I have of it is that when you finish a job, you click on Finish Job and it goes, and that's it. It would be really nice if you could get, like, I don't know. First of all, a little more fanfare. Like, you finish the job? Especially when it takes like 20 minutes to like go through and figure out all the pieces and stuff. Some kind of like, hooray, I did it. That would be nice. And I know you don't get that in real life if you're a real auto mechanic, but I don't care. This is a video game. Or it would be really nice if somebody were to be like, hey, the car works great now. My kids are never late for school, or, whatever. Like some little note from the person whose car you fixed. That would be cool. But overall, it's a lot of fun. And I'm having a good time with it. And it's a nice, look, in the same way that your Townscaper game, it gives you a little Zen fun. This isn't really Zen, but it is a nice little satisfying break.
It scratches that same itch.
It does scratch a little
Duke, what about, you wanted a satisfying sound. What about this?
It doesn't really sound satisfying.
What about this?
The sound that if you take off the hubcap. That sounds like the horn of a 1918 Afferson Jackrabbit.
Right, one more, and this one's going to blow you away.
You going to play sound effects until you hit the right one? Yes, that sounds great.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Okay.
Or this. That would be nice if I could have that every time.
Dude, can you calm down with the sound effects? It's really annoying.
Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. It was free. It is fun. Who's next?
There you go.
Kenny, you got
It was free and it was fun.
It was free.
Yes,
it was fun. By the way, Duke, and I was slightly distracted there. Do you know why I was slightly distracted?
Was you looking up
Did
the
you get
laws
some
of
light
copyright
going on?
and like?
No, I was actually buying Assemble with Kirk because it's in the Steam sale, and I've not bought anything in the
Aye.
Steam sale. And I was like, I quite like the look of that game. I'd forgotten all about
It's
it
a
until you
fun
mentioned
game.
it.
The story takes way too long. They fall in love with their own story, which is annoying. But
There's a
the gameplay
story.
itself is fun.
I didn't
Yes.
realize it's
So
by
I
the same
hope you
people as
enjoy.
Monument Valley, which is kind of interesting.
Okay, there
Well,
you go.
So there you go. I've just
Ooh,
bought
there
it, Duke,
it
because
is.
of you just
All
mentioning
right.
it.
Well,
I'm
I
like,
hope
better
you
get
like
in
it.
there before the Steam sale ends and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I forgot to
In
turn my light
before.
on, by the way. That's why I'm sat in the dark now.
Well, I see that.
So there you go. It's back to me,
Right.
isn't it? I'm going
I
to
think
talk
so.
about a game which I've played before for a little bit and then sort of obviously got distracted with other stuff.
Really?
And
That's
this
not
is
distracted.
I know, it's hard to believe, isn't it, really?
Really?
Hard to believe. But this is yet another game, right, that is on Game Pass. I've downloaded it ages ago. I was like, yeah, I need to play that again.
Go
Because
on.
everybody loses their shit over this game, right? Like it's a fucking second coming of Christ or something.
Elden Ring.
What's that?
The Outer Wilds.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
goes fucking
Oh.
crazy.
Yes.
Oh, it's the most amazing.
I'm
game
trying
I've
to
ever
I'm
played.
trying to not hear anything about it because I understand that it's best if you go in not knowing anything about
This
it.
is-
So maybe
it's
I'll
a-
put audio mute.
But it's
I'm
a
gonna say
roguelike,
right
isn't
now-
it? Isn't it kind of
Yeah,
like a
well,
roguelike?
not sort of. Not
Okay.
really. It's all structured. There isn't any randomness about it.
I
It's fully
really wanted to play
structured.
this game, and then I heard people talk about it, and then I decided that I don't.
I think Duke would hate this game with a passion.
Oh,
I really
Honestly,
do.
if you just said that about most games, you're probably right.
Yeah, I mean, you would hate it with a passion because it's right. Just to let you know,
Why
it's a
do you
time.
think Duke would
It's a
hate
time
this?
loop game, so each time loop lasts
Right.
22 minutes.
Okay.
Right.
So is
Yeah,
you
Pikmin.
I
got-
don't really
So
like
is
the time
Pikmin.
loop things.
Is it? I didn't realize Pikmin was a
Really?
time loop game. So you get basically you get 22 minutes, or if you die, it restarts the loop. So whatever I do, if you die, and you die a lot, okay,
Nice.
Okay.
and it tells you nothing. So the basic premise of the game is you walk around this little village at the beginning, and you talk to everybody, and they go, "Hey, you should do this, or you need to do this, or do this."
Yeah, I better
Right.
hurry up. I'm gonna die.
So do this. So this bit you see in here is a tutorial for using your
Right.
spacesuit. So that's
Okay.
what this is. This is how you use your spacesuit.
Yeah.
So you have to go and fix this satellite they've got in this weird cave.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize it was a
Before you-
3D game.
Oh yeah, it's fully 3D. It looks actually graphically, it looks great. It looks
Okay.
really, really nice. There's no voice acting. It's all like read it. So it's all sort
Right.
of
Do they make
which
noises?
Chinny would hate.
Do they make
So
noises?
so when you speak to people, it's all sort of just text.
Do they make noises?
No, not really.
Blah, 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 blah,
They possibly do.
blah, blah, blah,
Possibly.
blah.
I haven't noticed. So you have to
Okay.
fix this satellite thing. Once you've done that, then you can go and get your flight codes and you can take off. You don't have to do this. This is completely optional. So basically, the sun's about to go supernova. So that's what happens. So that's what ends the time loop. The sun blows up and that's it. Job
The
done.
sun
Okay.
is overrated.
Yeah, sun's terribly
You
overrated.
don't need it.
And basically, what the premise of the story is, there's all these other space travelers gone, and none of them have ever come back. Okay.
Okay.
And you're given this what's basically a sound like identifier, I guess, like some sort of scanner. And you just
Okay.
have to head towards and most of it's music. So it's all musically based. So it'll be like a banjo or a harmonica or just some weird noise. And you just
Right.
basically have to identify the sound and travel towards it, which are all on these different planets in the solar system, which are
Okay.
all incredibly difficult to land on. The physics of the ship are just weird. And when you land, you bounce, which is a bit weird as well. So you have to get your landing right. And if you land
Sounds
badly,
great.
you damage your ship and then you've got to repair it, which isn't that difficult, to be fair. It's fairly easy to repair the ship. If you damage your spacesuit, you can repair that once you get back in your ship.
Yeah.
And what he does is there's a log on the ship, and every time you start a loop, it records anything you've done during that playthrough will be recorded in your ship's log. So it records stuff you've done, basically.
Okay.
But you can never get back to these places without going through the same pain again to get there. So it's
Yes.
never, you can't go to somewhere you've been before. So for instance, right, there's a planet that has what's best described as a wormhole in the middle of it.
Oh.
It's like a vortex thing. and if you if you by accident, which I've done quite a few times now, fall in it, it just ejects you into space about, I don't know, 2 kilometers away.
That must be a fucking health and safety nightmare.
It must be, right? And it is a nightmare because you can't get back to your ship and you just end up dying in space of lack of oxygen when your oxygen
Please
runs
be
out.
careful of the space wormhole.
But, yeah, don't go in the fucking vortex.
Mm.
So that happens. But on one particular playthrough, that happened. And I ended up near this hollowed out weird thing, right? That had what looked like a satellite in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the hell is this, right? So I was floating around it and my like oxygen levels were slowly running out, and obviously the fuel in the tanks on my spacesuit were running out. And I spotted what looked like a tiny little portal on the side of it. So I was like, oh, what's the portal? So I managed to get through the hole into this little portal, and it's like a little tiny room inside of the satellite. But then there was like a weird like ball bearing puzzle. When I completed that, a door opened and let me inside it. And then there was more weird puzzles. I'm like, whoa, this is quite interesting. And then the sun went supernova and I fucking died.
Nice.
And now I've got to try and by chance get back to that satellite thing again, because I know there's something there, but I didn't have time to decipher anything because I died before I got the chance. I was like, for God's sake. And that's this game. It's rinse and repeat. So every time you die, you find out a little bit more of where something is or something you can use. But then you've got to try and recreate all those haphazard strokes of luck that got you there in the first place to get back to it.
Yeah, it's like the Golden City, man.
Yeah. And it tells you nothing. So you've got to find out everything by just trial and error, I guess.
I suppose it's the people who are like, they put in all the work to get there, and now everyone like, I love it so much because I did all this work. I have to love it.
At least the Forgotten City had that guy that you meet and goes, oh, by the way, you did all this.
Yeah, you did all this stuff. This sort of does that, but if you've not finished or completed something, you've still got to go back to it again.
Fuck off and do it again.
Do it all again to get there, yeah. And like I say, I have no idea whether because there was nowhere to actually land your spaceship on that thing.
Lovely.
So it would have literally been just go through the vortex again and hope that you end up near it somewhere. So I don't know. I have found a couple of dudes though on my travels, so that's I have accomplished some stuff.
Now, Stu, realistically,
yeah,
how likely is it you're gonna finish this?
I doubt it. Right? What's kind of interesting, right? And I'll tell you why, because I keep giving it another chance. You know, where I'm like, oh, I can't not put it down because everyone goes on about how amazing it is.
You just haven't gotten to the amazingness.
I know, and I'm like, well, I'm just not getting it. It's not. Yeah. It's just not getting its hooks into me, and I'm finding it more frustrating than anything else. And also that when I fucking was so close to finding something interesting out, and then the supernova went off, I was like, for fuck's sake. And it had taken me ages just to maneuver my spacesuit through that little hole to get in the first place. I spent ages.
And that's the thing is, right, if the game loop isn't fun along the way, forget it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's
like
quick to restart. You know what I mean? It doesn't mess around. You can get straight back in your spaceship and you're off again.
Yeah, but but it's the reason why games don't, platformers don't take you back to 1-1 like they did back in the day. You have 3 lives. It's like, fuck that. That was a necessity of the time, and we've moved on from that now. So, I mean, whatever. Like, there may be something. I can see this being a game that eventually I just give up and watch on YouTube because I'm not trying to. I think you're right. I think I would hate this.
I think
I'm curious to know what everyone's losing their mind over.
Well, I think the story is amazing, and it is quite interesting. Some of the stuff I have found out, I'm like, oh, that is kind of interesting.
I love the fact that Stu's favourite thing in video games is story. And then he's mocking the story.
Yeah, but he's getting the story, though, is it? If the story's difficult to get to, that
you want it fed to you, Stu. You want it rammed down your fucking throat. Yeah.
I just want to fucking know what happens. I'm finding it intriguing, but I'm also feel like the frustration's too much to keep me going. I just don't know. I don't know. I know there's obviously something interesting happening, but I'm just not keen enough to find out with having to go through all that every time. And you die for the most ridiculous things. Like there's a planet that has these massive water whirlwinds going on all over it, and they come past and pick you up and stuff. And if you're too close to one, it just kills you instantly. It's like instant death. And I'm like, and the guy's like, I met this guy and he's like, oh, you need to go to the island of statues. It's just over there. It's not far away. It's the one with the bridge connecting the two together. So off I set, whirlwind thing comes, kills me, dead. So I flew back, dead. You know what I mean? Just trying to find this one island. And I'm just like, oh, for God's sake. Anyway. So it's frustrating. And
so the Outer Wilds, you're not feeling it, Stu?
I'm not feeling it. I thought this would be, I mean, I've tried to play it before, but I played it on my old graphics card and it only just kind of ran it. It was a bit stuttery.
I think I vaguely remember that. Yeah,
so part of the reason I stopped playing it was because it just didn't run very well on my PC.
And then you saw the light shoot and you became a console gamer.
And I'm like, right, now I
we
know
all
what I'm
know
doing.
that PC games are stupid.
That they suck. So yeah, and then I was like, no, I don't know. Not feeling it. Anyway, Duke, back to you.
Yeah, so there's another game that I've been playing that I really love. I talked last week about a game called Up, Over, Out. What is it called?
Oh, yeah. Up, Over, Out.
No, Up, Left, Out. Something like that.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Yeah, it's a puzzle game made by this guy whose name I can't remember, but he's awesome. Oh, yeah, here we go. Masage Targoni. He's my favorite puzzle game creator in the world right now, and he's done a lot of really cool puzzle games. They're all like $1 each. They're very cheap. So one of the first ones I ever played from him was called Hook, and it's a very simple setup where you have these various hooks moving, and the game starts with them all interlocked, and you have to unlatch them one by one. And if you do the wrong one, it's going to catch on one of the other ones, so you have to do them in a precise order. So Hook 2 just came out this week, and as soon as it came out, I was like, yes! So I got Hook 2, and I wish I could do this without spoiling it, but there's no way to do it because whatever. I have to talk about it. So Hook 2 is after a few levels it moves you realize that you get a puzzle that's impossible. There's these it's all hooked together from the start and you can't do anything with it. And you're like, what the fuck? And I got it. I had to restart it like 3 times. And I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. And then I think I accidentally fiddled with it in such a way that caused it to rotate. And I realized,
3D.
Oh my God, it's in 3D.
Ah.
And I was like, my brain exploded.
There you go.
So it's so cool because, he took your expectations and he just set fire to them. So yeah, I'm doing and normally with a puzzle game, as y'all know, I'll open it up, do a level or 2, and then move on to play more Rocket League or whatever. But this game, I'm just doing 5 at a time. I have to stop myself because it's just so. And one of the things that's best about his games is that the puzzle design is always very elegant, and the aesthetics are really good. So when you contract the piece, it goes. And it's the sound and there's no tactile sensation, but it sounds like there's tactile sensation. So I just can't say enough about it. If you like if you haven't ever played Hook 1, go get Hook. It's a lot of great puzzles. When I first finished the first Hook game, I immediately went to the discussions on Steam and I was like, okay, where's the sequel? And if you're not going to make a sequel, then please make it possible for people to make their own levels because it's such a simple, elegant premise and it's so well done. And I just love it. So Hook 2, I'm enjoying it. It's beautiful. The one thing that is bugging me a little bit about it is that for some of the puzzles, the idea is that there's a circle here and you have to, it has a line going to it and then there's the thing it retracts. Okay, fine. In some of the puzzles that he set up, there's a lot of tracing where the line is and it's intersecting and looping around other lines. So you have to make sure you don't do the wrong one. So you have to kind of trace, okay, it's going there and that's the one it retracts. So that's a little annoying. But for the most part, it's just gorgeous. And he's got some really creative variations on themes. As you can see on the stream, there's okay, it'll send the signal in 2 directions and you have to pick which 2 they are. It's so well done. I love this man's games. So yeah,
simple.
Hook 2.
Simple. It's hard to explain what visually is going on, but basically you sort of untangling a bunch of hooks in a kind of a very simple way of explaining it, and it's all minimalist and.
That's right.
I suppose Google Hook video game or Hook 2.
Dark gray on beige. Yeah, that's the thing is that YouTube doesn't have there's no Let's Plays of this.
Yes, there is. This is one now. Well, I'm literally playing it right now.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Because I tried to find it, I couldn't find it.
If you, I typed in Hook 2 game and it came up.
I did that and I couldn't find it, but maybe you're just better at Google than me.
Yep. Yes, I am.
Better at Google.
Yes, I am.
Anyway, Hook 2, awesome. The man's got about 10 other games and they're all amazing. So check them out, people.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's me done. Stu,
I'm just going to talk about one more game, right? Which is the board game we played.
Aye.
Ooh, this is the long-awaited game that we got a new one about, and now you're going to tell us the title.
Jaws, the board game.
Ooh, Shark Time.
And we were pretty impressed.
Oh, yeah.
It took us probably about 2 hours to play the game.
Were you playing as Jaws or one of the survivors?
No, so here the premise is great.
Okay.
So one of you plays as a shark, and the rest have to play as Hooper. Is it Hooper Quinton? Who's the other dude?
Okay.
Brody.
Bigger boat, man.
Hooper Quinton Brody. So three players play as them. If there was only 3 of us, so 2 of us play as characters, and we play the other character between us, if you will.
Gotcha.
So it's in 2 phases. The game. The shark is always the shark. So
is the shark
underwater?
Of course. Now it's kind of interesting. So the first part of the game is on Amnesty Island.
Okay.
So you have to. So the shark's objective is to kill as many swimmers as possible.
Well, yeah.
Nice.
Right. So to eat as many swimmers.
So
as possible.
it's like Man-Eater, the board game.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And then obviously your job is to try and stop it eating too many people.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've got to limit, because the more people the shark manages to eat, the stronger it is at the end game.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Which is how it works in real life.
Yeah.
That's how sharks get stronger.
That's how it builds up, and it does have a level up system. So
as long
it
as
has
you eat the heart of the person you're trying to eat.
And it also depends. That also gives it how many abilities it has at the end as well. So they have so many abilities.
Like X-ray vision, opposable thumbs.
No. But it has stealth mode,
Wolverine,
so it can avoid detection.
Adamantium skeletons. Okay.
So it has stealth mode, so it can avoid. So basically, what you can do. So you have these 2 little wooden boats, which is cool, right? So one's obviously Quinton. Is it Hopper or Hooper? I can never remember.
I think it's Hopper. I will find out.
Is it Hopper?
I will find out for you, Stu.
And Brody stays on the island. He supplies you with barrels, and you have to try and. So the board's like split up into segments, and you've got to try and figure out where the shark is. So the shark knows where he is.
It's Hooper. Hooper. Richard Dreyfuss plays Hooper.
Which makes sense.
So you fire barrels, and like Quinton can fire the barrels. Hooper can supply him with them. Hooper's got like a sonar thing to figure out where the shark is, so you can put that down on a section. And if you figure out where the shark is, he has to tell you where he is. So you've got to. So that's how you prevent him from killing loads of people. So to get into endgame, you have to either attach 2 barrels to him. So you can do that by hitting a segment he's actually in, or he eats 12 swimmers. And so it's either or will trigger endgame. Then you flip the board over, and it's the orca on the opposite side with all the boat pieces. And they sort of flip over. So the boat pieces are on, you flip them over and the damage. So obviously then the objective, the shark has to destroy the boat and eat you before you kill him. And
it's like Battle Shark instead of Battleship.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
We really, really enjoyed it. It was such good fun. Cool. And Dan played the shark, and he was a very good shark, I have to say. It was quite tactical. So it was good. We were like, oh, he's definitely going to be in this one. And we were sort of using a lot of tactics to try and figure out where he might be. So very impressed. Totally recommend it. I bought it secondhand for $10 off eBay.
Well, you got that money's paid for.
Yeah, and it's well spent already just by playing one game of it.
Now, let me ask you this question, Stu. The barrels that you're using, were they made by the master hooper Josiah Woodruff?
1987. It looks to me like the work of master hooper Josiah Woodruff.
Totally, that's who made the barrels.
Are you still talking about the same barrel?
Yeah, it's good.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, what? Anyway.
Yeah, I'd love to know what that reference is, but I don't.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I just said it.
I know that reference.
Yeah.
In Brooklyn Nine-Nine, what's their job?
Cops?
Absolutely. This is cops, apparently. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Hello. We've got Stu on the run. Well, I think that's I've made my point.
Yeah, that's terrible. Anyway, on that note, we need to move on. I've got a little bit of news.
Okay.
Putting news first.
Go for it.
So the first news, which is the most exciting news, can I say, this week?
Is it?
Very exciting. Valve says Steam Deck shipments will more than double each week in Q3.
Say that again.
Sorry, say that again.
So Valve says Steam Deck shipments will more than double each week in Q3.
I've got an audio clip of Gabe Newell, by the way. You know.
There you go.
Yes. Okay. Great.
So what that means for me is I might get it even quicker than I'm expecting. Okay. So I'm very excited.
Well, I hope you do.
Well, it's kind of interesting because at Nintendo's Direct thing, they've announced the Portal Collection. Have you seen this?
No.
So Portal Collection's coming to Switch after however many years it's been out.
Okay.
And they're saying, well, someone was saying, oh, I used to wish that like Portal and games like that were on the Switch. And now they are, but with a Steam Deck, it doesn't matter because I can pick, it's like 20 quid on Switch, or I can pick it up for 3 quid in the Steam sale for the exact same thing. And obviously play it like it's on a Switch. So,
play it like it's on a Switch.
Play it like it's on a
Switch.
Switch.
It's on a Switch.
So there you go. So hopefully that'll be coming soon.
Oh, I've got.
So,
yeah,
to a mailbox near you.
To a mailbox near me.
I've got.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Can you hear
Can't
that?
wait. Can't wait.
EA did a very well. EA's Twitter account, if you've seen this, did a very silly thing this week.
What did they do?
So, have you heard of
Did they take a dick pic?
No. Have you heard the "there are 10 but" meme?
There are 10.
No.
Oh yeah, I have. I've seen it.
So, for instance, say for instance, Chinny, for argument's sake, you were a massive fan of McDonald's Big Macs.
Okay.
So you say you met a girl and you went, there are 10, but she doesn't like McDonald's.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's the one thing that will put you off them.
Yeah.
Even though there are 10 in every other way.
We got the thing. Now, what's the thing with EA?
So EA tweeted, because they thought it was kind of funny, there are 10, but they only like playing single player games.
Yeah, I saw that. That's so stupid. First of all, anytime any company tries to get on a meme, stop it. You're going to be late. It's going to be lame. The only cool thing that happened like that recently was when Lake Superior, you know, the big lake, one of the Great Lakes in the United States, their official account started tweeting like, fuck the Supreme Court, Roe v. Wade should be established law, women deserve rights over their own bodies, and fuck all y'all. And like all these conservative people were like, you should be sticking to what the lake is talking about. It's like, fuck you, I am the lake, and fuck the Supreme Court. It's like, yeah, go Lake Superior.
So, what's EA saying there? Like,
So they're saying like people should play multiplayer games. Who play single player games?
Right.
Yeah.
There are 10, but well, they only play single player games, and I don't like those. So that's the kind of how the meme works.
That's the level of the humor. Like, come on, really?
But but it was a bit of a mistake because it got
really
over
stupid
10...
thing. If you're selling video games, that's
exactly
a really stupid
well.
thing.
They're selling
a particular kind of video game, though.
I know, but they shouldn't. But like people, they are renowned for like everybody. Single player games, everybody loves them, but nobody plays them. Right? Correct? We all agree. Brilliant. Right? But and the money, all the cash, the wonga is in the multiplayer. You know, games that are like a platform. Rinse. Battle pass. Fuck you. But like people like you build your brand with the single player games and you make your money with the platformy games.
And they make single player games. They've got the Mass Effect Legendary Edition that obviously people play. They've got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order,
Coming
Sims 4. They've got the remake of Dead Space is coming out. They've got Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
So they make a load of single player games, but everybody was criticizing them. So Vince Zampella criticized them.
You know, you've got Fortnite and Warzone and Rainbow Six Extraction or Siege or whatever. Rocket League. What have EA got like a big like multiplayer game that's?
I don't know actually. I'm sure they must do.
Well, there's Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah, but everyone was saying they were saying Fallen Order got all these 10 out of 10s. Battlefront fucking slated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So everyone's
sure.
like,
But I mean, I think
what
they
the
have
hell?
thrown their lot in with multiplayer games, though. I mean,
But they don't have a
FIFA,
whopper, do
Madden,
they? They
They've
don't.
got all the sports games.
Yeah, I suppose so. But they don't have a big
NBA.
like what isn't a sports game. They don't have a
FIFA.
big filthy one, do they? They don't have like a Warzone or a Fortnite. Or...
I mean, they've got Battlefront. I mean, Battlefront
Yeah.
was a trip. I mean, that's a Call of Duty competitor in general.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's
Battlefield.
nowhere
with the most
near
recent
where it was, is it? Battlefield.
No, it isn't.
Well, no, of course not. But I'm saying though, whatever.
Battlefield.
They took a swing and it missed, and it was stupid and it was dumb.
Yeah, it was.
And I think any time spent arguing about it is just kind of pointless.
Well, they ended up by saying roast well deserved, so they did reply eventually after they realised it hadn't gone
They
down
should just
well.
shut the hell. They should just delete their account. It's not working, y'all. Or just stick to like, hey, this game's coming out soon. That's what you stupid. I mean, look, you know what? It's funny though because this is what marketing is about. Viral marketing is about getting people talking about them, and here we are.
Yeah, but I know they say any publicity is good publicity.
Yes,
But negative
yeah,
stuff
especially
isn't.
on Twitter.
Not
Especially
negative
on
stuff,
Twitter. The worst thing that could possibly happen to you on Twitter is for you to go unnoticed by anybody. So if people
they
really wanted to
definitely got
stick it to EA, they would just ignore everything EA does on Twitter.
But I think there's some sort of 16-year-olds running their account. Right,
They need to be. A boomer is as good as a 16-year-old because a 16-year-old would find a way to actually be funny.
No, but let me finish. For why? God, Lord, you never let me
Isn't that
finish.
annoying when people cut you off while you're trying
I
to say something?
know. Because when they did the response, but roast well deserved, we'll take this L cause playing single player games actually makes them an 11. Cause, not because, cause.
Well, of course, they're trying to sound cool. It's like Steve Buscemi on 30 Rock. Like, how do you do, fellow kids? Like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, what?
Yeah.
It's EA.
I know it's disgusting, but I do want to play Battlefield now.
There you go. You see.
Battlefield
it
worked,
worked.
man.
It
Totally
worked.
That's the way to stick
Totally
it to the
worked.
man.
Anyway,
No,
so
I deserve credit for that because I talked about it.
I forgot. I have a gaming story related to EA.
Ooh.
Oh. Ooh.
Right. Look how low I am on the video, by the way.
Get low.
We bought. I said this on the last week I was here. We bought an Xbox for the office, right?
Oh yeah, you said all that. Yeah.
Right.
And we have FIFA now,
Oh, for God's sake.
Okay.
right? I haven't played FIFA for
FIFA.
7 years, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, they've all been. I've been like away in Gran Canaria, obviously. I came back, and there was like, Mike, you've got to play like so and so.
Yeah, talking of EA multiplayer games.
I was like, all right. So I'll play so and so, and because he's lost, this guy, we'll call him Ted, right? Ted has been beaten by everybody, so he thought that he would get an easy win with
Off
me.
you. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I beat him 4-1.
The
Right.
easy target even beat him.
And then the good player in the
Take
office,
that.
let's call him Polly.
Polly.
Polly, he was like, oh yeah, I'm the good player, and I was like, I'll play you then.
He's going to
And
annihilate you.
And it was 0-0, and it went to extra time. 0-0, went to penalty shootout. I won.
That's
Pow.
marvelous.
Hey, all right. Well done,
So
Chinny.
I haven't played Matt yet, but yeah.
And what we're going to call
crush him.
Matt? Jeffrey.
Fred.
Well, there's nothing funny that rhymes with Matt.
Pratt.
Nothing. There's nothing. Nothing.
Uh,
Can't think of anything. It's
oh,
like
yeah,
Bart.
I know what you were thinking.
It's
I
like Bart.
forgot about
Nothing.
that. See, I used a clean
Art,
one,
Bart, cart, dart, e-art.
and I could have definitely gone rude.
As I said to Antonio earlier today, OT equals well matched. So if you even get to extra innings or you get to penalties, that you're a well matched team right there. So good on you.
So
FIFA.
You know, it's funny. Sorry, last thing, real quick. Speaking of what Chinny just said, I was on the other side of that, by the way. When I was in high school, they needed another person to have a complete soccer team. You call it football. And I was like, no, I'm not an athlete. I'm not joining your fucking team. And they go, come on, look, there's this guy. We'll call him Luciano because that was his name. He's the slowest person in the world. There's no way you're going to be slower than him. And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. So I went to the first practice, and we were doing, sprints and stuff. And I was like twice as slow as Luciano. And I was like, oh, God, it's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I stuck with it. I played one game for like 5 minutes, and I went to like 6 practices, and that was it. I'm not an athlete. I never have been, never will be.
Yeah, not enough.
End of story.
End of story.
Is that it? You done?
This is the end of
It,
story.
done.
Stu, stop looking at other things.
So I'm actually trying to look it up to see how much it is. So you know the classic game 13.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah. XIII, right? The cartoon one.
XIII 13.
Yeah, I know, but why are you talking about that?
Because I don't know whether you're aware, but they did a remake.
This is the news, Chinny. He's getting to it.
So he's talking about the next bit in it, right? Okay.
The fucking news.
I thought he's like, I'm going to have a look at how much it is. I thought you were talking about
no,
something.
because I wondered how much it was on
just
Steam.
randomly looking at this video game.
Yeah, but I thought you were talking about something we're previous talking about, not the next thing we're talking about.
Well, I am doing, but the XIII remake.
It's freaking me out that you're in a dark room, Stu.
Contra 3 had a 4.9 out of 5 on eBay.
Anyway, they made a remake of XIII or 13,
Yes.
or whatever you want to
13,
fucking call it.
yes.
Right?
We call it 13
and everybody
that's what it's called.
everybody
Slated it.
fucking hated it.
Slated
Right?
it.
Fucking slated it.
Yeah.
As a result of slating it, they are now making a remake of the remake.
Yeah, man.
Why? This is
so
Morbius time?
So basically, a French studio is remaking the remake with a major update. So I was going to say, if it's super cheap on Steam at the moment, it might be worth picking up to get the free update when it comes out rather than waiting for it to, come out. But I can't seem to find it, if I'm being honest.
They might have took it off.
No, I can only see the classic version.
So they can sell you that shit again.
Yeah, I think that's what they've done, I think they've removed it.
Yeah.
So that they can that you have to buy it again.
I don't know.
So there's only the original
Yes.
version on there now. So I was going to say,
I
if it's
guess so.
cheap, pick it up, and then you can obviously, because they even got rid of the cel-shaded graphics and everything. So everyone hated it. So anyway, they're making a remake. If you already own it on Steam, you're going to get a free update that'll make it look super cool. And presumably they're going to charge you more if you buy it again. So who knows?
Okay.
So everyone hated it. Wait a minute, there is some more news. Sorry. I was just clicking off that.
I loved that
yeah.
game when it came out, 13, by the way.
I know, everybody loved it. That's why they hated the remake.
I didn't know it 'cause I didn't play it.
Oh, I'm so excited for this, Chinny.
What?
I'm so excited.
What, man?
So Stray, we were talking about this game Stray, about the
The
Cyberpunk
cat
cart.
game, yes, right.
Cyberpunk cart is now the most wish-listed game on
What did I
Steam.
say? Duke, Shu, shut the fuck up, right? What did I say?
You was gonna go nuts about it when it came out.
I said, Stu, have you heard of this game Straight? Looks right up your alley.
Yeah.
And Stu's like, oh, I don't know. It looks stupid. Now it's
Stop
getting
catching it.
hyped. He's like, oh, I fucking
Oh my
want it.
God, I'm so excited.
He's such a bloody bitch, isn't he? Look, I'm not saying that the game looks bad.
Oh my God.
It looks interesting.
yeah.
But I'm saying that Stu is a fucking little bitch.
Yeah, I'm going to wish list it right now. I'm going to stick it on my wish list, man. Because it looks
Jesus.
amazing. I'm just fucking, oh my God, there's 10% off if I buy it now.
Ooh.
There'll be 50% off if you wait 6 months.
Yeah, and you know what? Nobody's ever been burnt by pre-ordering a game, have they? Go for it. Buy 2 copies.
I'm joking.
Why
by the way.
not?
I do like the look of it, by the way, but I'm not going to really.
Yes,
wish list
Is
it
it
looks
a
cute.
PS5 exclusive?
It's a Sony
No,
and
it's
PC
on
exclusive.
Steam.
Yeah, but it's not on
It's
any
on
other
Steam.
console.
It's a
not on
console
any other
exclusive. It's a
console.
console
On,
exclusive.
it's a console exclusive. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
I have actually.
They
just
got to do
wished-
something. They ain't got nothing else.
I've just wish listed it, by the way. I was lying. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. So yeah. So it's coming soon, by the way, 19th of July. It's not very long off. Okay, final bit of news this evening is Ron Gilbert is no longer talking about Return to Monkey Island anymore.
Good.
He's done.
Move on.
Great. If it only took 20,000 years for that to happen.
He's only done like 7 versions of it.
Yeah, right.
No, this is a whole brand new
Next thing you'll say
game.
they're not going to do another Myst version. I'll believe that.
No,
when I see it.
no. Whoa. This is
Whoa.
a whole brand new game. This is
Yeah.
nothing
Okay.
to do with any of the other Monkey Island games. This is a whole new game.
Yeah, no, but
It's
he
nothing
keeps-
at all related to them.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
they're
a-
No,
all
it's,
the
it's
fucking
part of the
same, aren't they?
franchise, but it's a whole new game.
They've all got a fucking rubber chicken. We all get it.
I'll bet it's going to have
I
some
do.
silly jokes that have double entendres in
I'm
it.
sure it is, but I have
Did
faith
you
in the
get
game.
what we did there? Wink. They're gonna put a sideways semicolon emoticon in there. I guarantee.
Maybe they are. Anyway, now that you've finished dissing one of my favorite games of all time,
it's shit.
No, we're not dissing the game. We're dissing all the things that they try to pimp on, making money endlessly from the thing from way back in the day, just like Myst does.
Well, wait and see what happens when it comes out, rather than making an assumption based on nothing.
I'm an American. I don't do that. Wait and see.
Exactly. But anyway, they're doing a whole new game. Can I just share? And basically, they showed some artwork from the game and what obviously the characters and stuff like that's going to look like. And he basically just got loads of online abuse off people, and some of it was personal, directed like at him.
Oh,
and he's
well,
just like, no, it's not good.
No, that's.
And he was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not talking about it again until it comes out. You can forget it.
Why are they giving him abuse?
Because he said they don't like the art style. It doesn't look like the old games. It's not what they expected, and he's a twat, basically.
It doesn't look like the old games.
No, it doesn't.
What do you think of the art style?
I quite like it. I'm okay with this.
Are they mad that they put a brown person in it?
Possibly. Who knows?
Probably.
I don't really know. But anyway, they're just mad in general.
You know,
I think that's just people on the internet.
Talking about brown and black people, right? I watched a TikTok the other day, and I was like, he's right.
Oh, God.
Star Wars Episode 7 is racist.
Oh.
Episode 7?
I dread to think what's going to come out.
That's the Force Awakens one, right?
Okay. Totally honest with you.
So what's the black guy? John Boyega, what's his name in the thing?
Yeah.
Finn.
I can't even remember that film because it was so terrible.
Yeah.
So, this guy was talking about it, right? And he goes, I was so excited when I saw a black man with a lightsaber. I was like, I'm going to watch this movie. This is going to be great, right?
Mace Windu. Hang on a second. Whoa. A black man with a lightsaber. Oh, my God. Mace Windu. Hello.
Yeah, but
that's not
like,
new.
I suppose he was like.
You hate Samuel L. Jackson. I get it.
Yeah. But like he was like
he's a racist.
John, like he's one of the main characters, I guess. Whereas Mace Windu,
Yeah,
I suppose
that's
you
fine.
know
That's
what I mean.
fine. Okay.
He was like front line, one of the main characters, right?
Yeah.
So you got Ray. What's his name? Whatever. Ray and Finn, and they're like they've got good chemistry, a bit of sexual tension going on.
Oh yeah.
Right at the end of the movie, she's like, "You're a good friend."
Yeah.
Right, and you're like, "What?"
Friend zone.
But if this guy talking, not me. If that was like Chris Hemsworth or something like that, they would be banging on the fucking all the way.
It's probably true. Yeah, it's probably true.
It's probably true. And then in episode,
now to be fair, she and
she might just not fancy him.
She friend zones what's his name too though, the guy.
She just might not fancy him in general, regardless.
Yeah, I can't imagine what the reason might be. I mean, but no,
you cannot say that. That is so cynical.
No, Duke's right. So
I mean, Leia and Luke start making out. And they're brother and sister.
Yeah, I know. There's problems with the Star Wars.
Who's making out with Mace Windu? Nobody.
What I'm saying is,
but Yoda, Chewbacca was trying to French kiss Yoda that one time.
What I'm saying is that
those
usually
are trying to get off
the way that film is set up is like these two are gonna get it on, right?
Right.
And then
it's
it's
a Mr. Darcy Elizabeth Bennet situation.
And then in episode 8,
they hate each other and then they get together.
And then in episode 8, they palm John Boyega, who's one of the best things in the Star Wars, like that trilogy. They palm him off to some other side quest that absolutely does nothing. It's completely pointless. Okay. And I haven't watched the episode 9, but from what I understand, bloody Ray tries to get off with the evil baddie in the fucking film.
Yeah, she kind of does. I mean,
women always like bad
they
guys,
have a
they
have a more complicated relationship than just they're trying to get off. But I mean, whatever. It's they're trying to do a tightrope because they want Ray to be an independent person who's not fulfilled by having a man. And in the meantime, they're trying to put on some of these relationships. And she doesn't know what she wants and all these things. And that's fine. I think it would be better if they just said, like, she's not looking for that. She's looking to find out who she is, and then maybe she'll worry about her love life. But they didn't do that. They kept hinting and, flirting with the idea, no pun intended, but there it is, of her trying to, having feelings for Kylo in a way that she can't explain, you can't deny.
So
and
that is what is wrong with Monkey Island.
That's totally why he was getting trolled. Who knew?
Well, I'm sad to hear that he's getting trolled.
I'm trying to find information about why they're being so mad, and I just can't find
because
it.
Because the art style is very different. I'll give
it.
They
just
that.
don't like the art style.
But like I don't know. I just think I don't mind things when they move on and change and.
Well, that's basically what he said. He said had he been on for the third game in the Monkey Island series, which he wasn't, he said he would have looked different because I'd have just used whatever the technology was at the time. I wouldn't have just carried on with the same art style just because that's how it looked.
I loved some of the Chank engine when I was a kid, but I'm not writing to the show going, "How dare you do CGI?"
Yeah, how does it not look like
on
it
My
used
Man
to?
Thomas? What the fuck? You know, why is Postman Pat not claymation?
This Reddit thread has no information either. The top comment is, imagine thinking your dislike of the art style warrants personal attacks against the developers. God, I fucking hate these people. That doesn't explain anything.
No, but that's that's basically it. It's just about the art style.
I just wanted to have something behind it. It's not. It's just people being terrible.
It's just people being horrible, like usual on the internet. Who knew?
And
that's it for news. That's the news.
All right.
One very short email.
All right.
We've got some Discord stuff.
Since it's a short email, I fast forwarded through the theme song.
We've got some Discord stuff as well. So.
Okay.
All right. Let's get through the email first.
So basically, the Fallout TV show has cast David Lynch.
Oh, really?
Regular Kyle MacLachlan as a regular. No, I haven't cast David.
Oh, I thought you meant it had David.
I know,
Don't do that.
This is Jason.
You bastard.
This is Jason writing
so
here.
wrong. Okay.
Kyle MacLachlan as a regular, so he's going to be in the regular in the Fallout TV.
Well, you know what?
show.
Now the Duchess will want to watch it because she's in love with Kyle MacLachlan.
Let's hope it's not janky
Agent
like
Cooper.
the games. Right? There you go. Who knew?
Yeah.
So there you go. That was it. That's literally.
What was the Fallout TV show?
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, it's a Fallout TV show coming.
I mean, The Witcher did well, so why not make a Fallout? Make a shot of everything.
He does sign it off, by the way. Best regards, Agent Dale Cooper, which I thought was kind of fun.
Oh, Walter Goggins is in it. I'm a big fan of him.
Why is that funny?
What?
Because that's who Kyle MacLachlan's character is in, like, Twin Peaks and stuff.
I don't know what's Twin Peaks.
Very funny.
Duke, Walton Goggins. You know Walton Goggins?
Who's Walton Goggins? You're just making up names
Walton
now.
Goggins. Why didn't you say?
He's in fucking
Yeah,
Django.
Walton Goggins.
He's in
No.
Django.
Walton Goggins.
He's great in
I
Django.
don't know this person.
Oh my god.
Walton Goggins.
He's
you
great.
know,
Shield,
Walton,
Justified,
you know,
Sons of Anarchy.
Wall.
I've never seen any of this shit.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Go,
Don't
come on
watch
then.
what you
Give
watch.
us the Discord stuff.
Discord.
No, I got to play the theme song first.
All right, okay.
Hang on, Stu.
Discord.
Oh yeah, here comes that
Discord.
awesome theme song.
Discord.
I need to make a new one.
Discord.
Actually, I do know Walton Goggins, and he looks like someone who would be in the Fallout universe. Just saying.
He looks like he better play a
Evil.
No, not evil.
Yeah.
Zombie. You know, with the flesh dripping off of him.
Oh yeah, he could play that. Yeah, he'd make a good one of those.
What are they called?
I don't know. Zombie with flesh dripping off people.
They're not zombie. There's
There's a name
else.
for them. Begins
Zombie
with G.
flesh off.
G. Begins with G. Hold on.
Anyway, Chinny, what's on the Discord?
Duke's got his googling face on.
I know. Well, do the Discords. Ignore Duke.
He's gonna find out.
Ghouls. You better play a ghoul.
It's a ghoul.
It's a ghoul. Anyway, Discord.
So I asked a question in the Discord. Only one person answered, but we did have another reply after that. The question that I asked was,
Go.
"What is the most dodgiest thing you did to win a game?" Batch gaming
Win a
says-
game.
Yeah, to win a game.
I stabbed a man once.
There you go.
Not while we were playing video games. I just stabbed them.
Yeah,
I was
why
just
not?
bored. Yeah.
The old Micro Machines game on the Sega Mega Drive. He did the the multiplayer level on the pool table. I think basically Batch Gaming knocked him off the pool table while he was
Nice.
getting ready to respawn. So
Yes.
bastard. But also Joystick J replied and didn't reply to my question. Just asked his own fucking question.
Random.
A madman is about to delete all the world's media forever. Films, games, music, everything gone. But you can save a continuous 10-year period of it. Which decade would you save?
Interesting. That's a good
80s.
question.
It doesn't have to be like
80s for movies.
It doesn't have to be 80 to 89. I don't think. Do you know what I mean? It could be like from whatever to whatever. But it's got to be 10 years.
All right, I get it, 85 to 95 or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd still save the 80s. All those action movies were great.
No, goodbye. 2001 to 2011, because then you get all the cool games at the start of the millennium, and you get Skyrim.
Yeah, and crap movies though.
But the bad thing is you get.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was just video games. This is also movies?
No, it's all media.
Yeah.
Oh, all media.
So you get the sequels to the Matrix,
no,
but you don't
90s
get
'cause
the
hip-hop.
original Matrix.
Matrix, don't get Matrix.
85 to 95, because then you get the original Matrix, and you get the best hip hop, and you get some good movies probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video games wise, not so much, but there was still stuff to play. There'd have been
Mist.
stuff to play.
You'd get Mist.
Mist. There you go.
I'm happy to go with 85 to 95 as well, because Back
Yeah.
to the Future came out in 1985.
Exactly.
So you get all the
Portal
trilogy.
came out in 2007.
You've also get in 85,
Terminator.
you get Terminator, but in games you get Super Mario World, all the Mario games, Zelda games. So I'm happy to go with 85 to 95. That's the correct
All right,
answer.
well,
I
there's
think.
our answer as a community.
I'm just checking. Just let me just check something though. Let me check. Ooh, just Aliens came out in 1986, so that'll be fine.
Ooh.
Only
think
just.
If it was just video games, though, I'd probably go from like 2007 to 2017 or 2006
Yeah,
to
I'd
2016.
I'd agree with you on that.
Yeah, because that is
Yeah,
a
there's
beautiful
golden
window.
age, golden
Beautiful
age of
window
video
of video
games.
games there. Okay, well, that's the Discord.
That's it. So in that case,
All right, thanks everybody.
I guess
Talk
it's
more in
shout
the
out
Discord, so
time.
we have things to say.
Shout out time, people.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Shout out. Well, I'll go first, right? I'm going to
You go
shout
first,
out
Tim.
Antonio for filling in for Chinny last week.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Antonio.
I'm also going to shout out Chinny for having a good holiday. There you go.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I
we
did.
all
And
deserve
for
a
all the
break.
fun sounds this week.
Yeah,
that
we
was
all deserve
fun.
a break. And for your weird voice changing thing that
Yeah.
you've
That's
suddenly
part of the fun
discovered.
sounds.
Not sure that's a good thing or a bad thing at the moment.
don't know.
The jury is out. The jury is out.
We shall see.
And I'm going to shout out Dan and Lewis for the fun board game nights. I'm really enjoying these. You know, we're playing lots of different stuff. And there's plenty to play. We still got stuff we haven't even played yet.
Yeah.
We got rained off. We were going to play, like I say, Risk Game of Thrones, but it rained. So we only managed to get Jaws in. So otherwise, we'd have been playing other stuff as well.
You should probably change the caption there, Chinny. That's not Return to Monkey Island.
No, this is the game. This is.
No wonder people hate the art style. It looks like Chinny.
Yeah, it does look like you, Chinny.
Although the lady is pretty hot, so I can see why people would want that.
Yeah.
Holiday.
Paris ending. Very nice.
Parasailing. Is that really?
No,
what you
no,
call
no.
it?
Paris.
Parasending?
That's called parascending. So
Is
it's
it?
when you go up, you're
I've never heard it
parascending.
called that.
What's parasailing?
What's parasailing then?
Is that not the same as paragliding, where you sort of jump off the side
No,
of a
that's
mountain?
paragliding.
I don't know then. Parasailing it might be
I've
the
always
same
seen
thing.
this described as parasailing. I think it's the same thing. It's just you have a
It
weird,
might just
wrong
be
name
different
for
words for it.
it. Weird and wrong.
I don't
Putting a
know.
lot of faith into that fucking rope.
I'll have a look.
That's true.
what I mean?
Parascending.
It looks like Tara's having a good time though.
She's having. A
Yeah,
good time.
it's called supposed to be paragliding or parasailing, so it's called that. So it's parascending, paragliding,
You
parasailing.
can't just let it go, can you?
I'm just saying.
The interesting thing about that is
it all means the same thing, so it's the same word.
Right. So therefore, we can just move on without talking
I
about
think
it.
parascending is the 80s word for
Chinny,
it.
it's your turn for shout outs.
I want to shout out this voice thing. It's pretty good. Demon.
Hello.
Hi. Yes, I would like to shout out Fraser, because I
I haven't mentioned this, but I went to see Fraser in real life.
I know, you said.
Hey.
You said, you've already told us.
So did I tell you that?
Yeah, you went to see him in
Yes.
London.
Oh right, okay. Well, I did that.
That was the week before he was off.
Oh, I see. I see.
You
Yeah.
told us already.
So
I
shout out
thought
to
my
him.
memory was bad, honestly.
Whatever, Steve. I've got a picture of it actually. There is a picture of me and Fraser. Look at that.
Yay.
So
Yay.
yes, shout out to Fraser. That was good, and Neil and Dave, Matt, and the other Matt. Shout out to Antonio. Thanks for filling in. Oh, and the other thing is, was it Strutmeister that wrote in last week? And he said, because we did an extra little mini episode. Didn't we,
That's
Stu?
correct. He
Remember?
did. He did.
So
Yeah.
we got a new Patreon, by the way.
Have we?
See,
You stupid enough to pay.
Fletch.
Oh my god. Seriously, oh bless him.
Fletch.
Wow.
So
Thanks, Fletch.
yes. So yeah, thanks for that. What we've been doing.
Oh, I'll have to
Well-
thank him when I see him.
What we did was we recorded like a test episode, didn't we, Stu? Where I thought I had COVID, And
you did.
So I thought, oh, let's record like a 13-minute episode where I just could text myself. We just chatted. It was just a bit of an after show, wasn't it? Bit of an after show.
Yeah.
Talking shit. So we might do a few more of those.
Yeah, not tonight.
Not tonight. Mainly when like Stu or Duke are not like tired. And
or I'm not working the next
and
day.
They'll only be like little mini shows. There won't be anything big. And we'll put them on the Patreon. What you can do if you are subscribed on Patreon, and you go on the homepage, there's like a link of like the RSS feed for the podcast, and then you just copy and paste it. If you look at it on your phone, you can literally just port it over to the app, or you can copy and paste it into the app, and it works pretty seamlessly.
It's totally worth it.
Well, it's just a extra bit of content. We can do more with them. We could do more with them.
We need to. I think we need to think a bit more about what we do rather than just us aimlessly
chatting. So we have the ability now. I was just testing it, but we have the ability now to do extra little mini episodes. Yeah. So whether it's like we talk about like a spoiler episode about something, or do you know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway,
we'll come up with some stuff.
So we can do that now.
It's coming, people.
So you two, now that these like Eric and Stu know that, get a thinking. If you have any ideas for like little extra shows, then we can do them. Obviously, for the people that don't pay, or as I call them,
we're going to provide extra bonus content for the people giving us money that we don't need.
Yeah.
We're going to be using that money soon when we go to Arcade Club or whatever it is.
No, but like for the people that listen,
some of you will benefit from the money, and the rest of us.
For the people that listen for free, or as I call them,
freeloading bastards.
Right.
Yeah, really. Actually, we have a little bit of extra content for them right now.
Fuck yourself.
Yes. Yeah. So nothing changes, but there has been talk in the Discord is like, I want merch. It's happening very soon. I'm getting.
Yeah, it's coming.
I'm getting it drawn up as we speak.
They're after the merch, Chinny.
So we'll see about that. But anyway, thanks to Dan for joining, and and the Strutmeister for his nice words last week. That's it.
There you go. Duke, you been?
Yes. I will shout out.
Oh no, you
Amar.
What? Amar. I said, Duke, have you been? He went, yes.
Oh, I thought you were passing me the mic because you were keeping track of the very complicated list of people who have not done their shout-outs yet, which have 3 people on it. Amar sent me a God of War video redone with The Simpsons. It's 1 minute long. Let me play it for you here. Oh, wait. Oops, I muted the site so that I wouldn't play this at the wrong time. Now I'm going to play it at the right time.
That's enough, Bart. We ain't tying a noose. We're home, boy.
But this isn't Springfield.
So they're burning the funeral pyre.
Home, Marge. This is just
now he's fighting with people. It's a bit. I guess it's like a mod that replaces the God of War dude, Kratos, whatever his name is.
Oh yeah.
With Homer Simpson.
I've seen that. Pick on someone your own size.
This is a very big person who's attacking.
Touch my pork chop.
Touch my pork chop. And then Flanders shows up, and they start fighting for some reason.
To repent your sins. Homer, I'd love to chiddly chat, but tonight's bingo night.
No bingo night!
Stupid Flanders!
And he flings him across the room. It's great. Thank you so much, Amar. Love that. Shout out to Antonio for playing some Rocket League with me recently. It's a lot of fun. We had some really bad luck. And I know that, we were making some dumb misses and we were whiffing, and I played badly at times, and Antonio played badly at times. Whatever. We'll willingly admit that. But our enemies got some lucky-ass shots in, and we were just like, are you kidding me right now? We were up 5-2 at one game, and the last minute they scored 4 goals and won. And we were like, come on. What the hell? It was so bogus, but whatever. And finally, shout out to everyone who's been participating in the Duke polls. Let's go through these real quick. Today's Duke poll, there's still 17 hours left. There's been 11 votes, but we need more. Each of you, tell me, what is your favorite nap spot? Bed, couch, hammock, or recliner?
Hammock.
Oh, man, that's tough. I think I'm going to go with the couch.
The recliner is in first place right now with almost half the votes. So there you go. You can
I've had
go vote on
hammock this very afternoon. Hence why I've got quite a red face.
Yesterday was hats, top hat, baseball cap, sunbonnet, or mortarboard.
No hat.
No hat. Well, that's not an option.
Baseball cap is the correct answer.
That one, baseball cap. Again, almost half the votes. Letters was the one before that. English letters. I got to do other languages soon. K, Q, J, or E?
J or E. E. I'd have to go with E, a vowel, because it's way more useful than the
I would
others.
say J.
K won. Okay.
Not sure why.
Numbers 7,624,028, 58,008, 8, or 1010011001100.
Are you
Well, it's
running
gotta
out
be
of
a-
ideas, Duke?
No,
It's got to be
these
the
are great
binary,
ideas. What are you
hasn't it?
talking
The
about?
ones and zeros.
I would
for
say
sure.
8.
Well, that's what I thought would win, maybe, but it didn't.
I think
Did it? Oh,
8.
I'm quite
8.
shocked.
8.
8 won, which
Yeah.
is weird. How could you not vote for 58,008?
Well, I suppose
It's
when you
boobs.
when you read it
Have
out,
you never
I didn't
played with a
understand it,
calculator?
but no, yeah. but-
Boobs. Hello, boobs.
Hello.
Should have been boobs. Up and at them. Proton, neutron, or electron. Asking if I'm out of ideas is missing the point. These are all stupid, pointless.
I think
polls.
electron because that's the wild
Yeah.
bastard is on the
Yeah, I
outside.
think I'll
isn't
go
it?
with
Electron
electron.
won, but with half the vote, more than half.
I'd have
the
liked
votes.
to have seen a quark there, if I'm being honest.
I think this
Gotta be
is
clever,
the
aren't you?
last one before last time. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, this is the last one. Hearts, clubs, diamonds, or spades.
Ooh. Oh, you gotta.
See, I'm a spades guy, but
You
that
gotta go
only got
spades.
18%.
You gotta go
Yeah,
spades.
spades.
Nope, hearts. 50% of the votes, hearts.
There you
So
go.
anyway, thanks to everybody who's participating in
He
those.
doesn't
and
sing.
thanks to
He
everybody
doesn't
who's writing
sing
in.
the ace of hearts. It's the ace of hearts. You know, it's the ace of spades, isn't it? That's what he sings.
That's what he
I
sings.
have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, you never.
The
have you
song.
never heard the song? It's the ace of
No.
spades. No.
Oh, you're talking about Motorhead. Yeah.
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 Okay, sorry. Well, there's also Ace of Base,
That is
which is a
true.
music thing.
But that has nothing
Thanks
to
to
do with
everybody who wrote
spades.
in, Jason Gallagher, and people on the Discord, and other people. Send us Speakpipes and emails. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, it's
And
gone
thanks for
quiet
listening
again.
and
We have
being
to.
a part of our
we have to
community.
poke people. Poke them.
Yeah, poke. What's wrong with you? Come on,
Poke.
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 Yeah. All right, that's it, people. Thanks for
That's
listening.
it. We're done.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make fetch.
Go to sleep.
Hello, darlings.
When everyone knows something's wrong, Wizard did it.
All right, yeah. But in episode AG4.
Wizard.
Be with Top. If this were a real attack, you'd be dead.
Perfect.
And that's the end of the show. Cut it off.
Why don't you? I could, if people email in, I can read them in this funky voice.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be funny.
Uh,
So, Chinny,
Yes.
we will have to figure out this going out day thing.
what?
Like going out, you know, like
Like
meet up-
physically
meet up
in
job.
the
Although
world.
COVID has gone fucking rampant crazy, hasn't it? At the moment,
Yes.
it is
has
ridiculous.
gone
With
crazy.
the reckoning, Duke, here in the UK, by next week we'll have 300,000 cases a day. Is what they're saying.
That's not great. I mean, we kind of stopped testing in the U.S., so who knows how many
Which
cases.
is the correct way to handle it.
We don't test, but what we do have is I don't know what you call it, a group called ONS, and they basically randomly test people to see how many people have got it. So they do like a test, and then, you know, depending on that, they can work out a percentage of people who still have the virus. So for God's sake, even though people aren't testing individually and recording it and all that stuff, they can kind of estimate how many people have got it.
You care about public health.
Well, kind of. But what's kind of funny is there was a scientist saying we're probably in the middle of a massive wave at the moment, coming to a peak, and nobody thinks anyone's got it. And then it's like everybody's getting it. I know 4 people now who've got it.
I would like I think the hospitalizations and deaths have been much lower than previous.
Yeah, that is true.
Which is
Although
why
they're
there's
going
not
up
as
again.
much panic. Yeah, sure.
they're going up
but
again.
I think that's the danger, is that it's not a good thing to normalize hospitalizations and deaths, because those are very serious problems. And there's a fatigue that comes with it, obviously, but I think there's a sense in which a lot of people think, well, you know, I had it, I got over it quickly, like whatever. and that's not healthy for.
Well, I
way.
should give Susan a shout out because she's come back from Glastonbury with it. So
Yes,
I was gonna say Glastonbury,
and she said it was worth it. Which
super
given
spreader
all the
event.
suffering.
Glastonbury must have
all
been
the suffering
like
she had last time. I thought
that must have been one of the reasons why the numbers went, and Pride
Oh, yeah,
as well.
yeah, anything like that.
Yeah, but Pride's on as well in London, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Pride's just like fucking. It's like super spreader.
Super spreader events, man, and there's nothing keeping it in check anymore. So
no,
it's just spreading how it likes. It's just going for it. So there you go. Well, it's just one of them things, isn't it? I guess. So yeah, I'm just waiting for it to start spreading around at work again, which I'm assuming is inevitably going to happen.
You've still never had it, have you, Stu?
No. I've not had it. Kay's not had it. Millie hasn't had it. Adam hasn't had it. Millie's boyfriend. So none of us have had it.
Duke, you've had it, haven't you? You've had it.
No, Duke's not had it.
No, I've never had it.
I'm the only one who's had it.
Yeah, you're the only one who's had it. 'Cause we're
Dirty
careful, aren't we, Duke?
No, I'm lucky. I mean, look, I am.
Oh,
Yes, I am careful, but I'm also lucky. It's a bit of both.
Exactly.
I only got it because
As I
went
always
to
say in
see-
Rocket League, we all get lucky sometimes, but you need skill to capitalize on your luck.
Exactly.
I only got it because I went to see Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah, well, that's what happens if you go some. And then here's me going, "Come on, let's sort out a meetup." And I'm thinking, maybe wait.
Maybe.
Who knows? It's
God, these movies all
crazy though, isn't it?
suck.
It's just like constantly constant, isn't it?
You can't hide in your house forever.
I know. Are we still streaming, by the way?
Yeah.
Has that ended?
We're still streaming.
Sadate.
Okie dokie then. Right. Well,
All
I'm
right,
gonna
have
go
a
to
good